going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel today. Very excited to bring you guys your most requested Dynasty Rebuild here in College Football 27. I've been seeing you, and it is time. We have the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. Very much appreciate that during this, while we all wait for the first College Football 27 title update, that most of the schools you guys want to see rebuilt are like at least between 2 and a 3-star school, because that is, I think right now, in terms of game balancing, in terms of avoiding as many of the game's issues internally as you possibly can, like those type of schools are great. And I really do hope after the title update, which I wish I had some comms. I wish I had some sneak peek at what day it's coming, because like everything you see on social media, on Reddit, it's like, when the hell is the update coming? Like, it could be Thursday, it could be Friday. I don't know. But I hope once that update drops, so then we can start looking at like some challenging rebuilds of the 0 and 1 stars. Like, I've seen other content creators play their 0 like low star, and like they literally, it's not even like for content, look demoralized when they get to the end of the season and they're like, I have no NIL to pay any of my roster. All the fun players that look like they'd be like a fun series player, like they're just gone right away. I'd like to just not get to that spot. I feel like that's not right. So Minnesota 3-star rebuild, you know, you put that in the bubble of like, well, let's, you know, you're certainly capping the challenge of this rebuild, the fact that we are going to be able to avoid a lot of these issues. But it's like taking an established program that, you know, we're trying to row the boats as much as we can. We're taking over as their existing head coach, PJ Fleck. I thought this was a rebuild. Like, I think most people are still bullish on him as a coach. Our AD goals are to upgrade to a national powerhouse facility in the next 3 seasons, so that's always a very tough one. It's nice that you get 1,000 points back, but it's a very expensive goal to go get. We have to beat Wisconsin for 200 points and win half of our road games this season, which, I mean, we have a decent roster, but I do want to see how much is it going to cost us. Isn't it usually like 3,000 to go up to a 3,100? So basically it's going to be 2,100 points because I get the 1,000 back. I have to budget 2,100 points to upgrade our facility. I don't think that'll be something we're going to do right now. I think that might be something that we do once, like these first year or two, because we got, what, 3 years to do that? Our budget needs to go to our roster. But I think that year 3, we could probably budget that accordingly, as long as our roster gets there. Now, take a look at our roster. We have a pretty good roster. Again, this is not a cupcake rebuild. This is very much like a 3-star. This team will probably be good enough to beat bad teams, bad enough to not really compete too much against, like, if we roll, what are our schedule here? Do we have Ohio State or anything like that? Like, I'm like, all right, win, competitive, probably loss, competitive, probably, like, loss, probably loss, maybe could shock the world, but, like, generally speaking, like, we're like a true mid-level Big 12 team. These are the kind of rebuilds that I'm looking for right now. Teams that are like not terrible, but need some help. I think that within my capabilities, I can help them in that department. So taking a look quickly at our roster here, we do have a good quarterback. Whoa, we do have a really good quarterback here in Drake Lindsey. It's going to be interesting to see how expensive he gets. He's already on 100 NIL, Impact Dev sophomore, 81 rated. Quite a drop-off after that. I do like the fact that like our freshman quarterback, we have Hillman, Batts, and Gibbons. They all have, like, at least an impact there. They're not stuck on normal. But Drake Lindsey, like, it's going to be, certainly, if I blueprinted out everything I want to do and see happen in this rebuild, it would be keeping him here for his full career, as he has only 4 skill caps when it comes to throw power and or accuracy combined. So, like, this is a quarterback that, like, if we can max out that throw power, which is going to be expensive, 20 points per, and if we can max out that accuracy, like, I definitely think we're dealing with, like, a 90-rated quarterback around that range. And, like, that's the type of quarterback that can elevate a program like Minnesota to go on and become a national contender. But we do know, even with like a medium 3-star school, the NIL upgrades, what he probably is going to want to look for at the end of this season, if he plays halfway decent, it's going to be very painful. But I think we might have the tools to deal with that a little bit better than like a 1-star program. We have Darius Taylor, who's been one of the better running backs in college football. He is a senior. So we're going to, you know, I'm going to be honest, probably going to run him into the ground if we have to. I don't really love the dev traits beyond that. At least we got some speed here. AJ Turnbutt's another senior. In terms of longevity, Xavier Ford, the bruiser running back, is a redshirt freshman. Fortunately, already in one of his deal breakers, which is pro potential, which I would figure Minnesota had some decent pro potential. But these are really nice skill caps 2 skill caps for quickness, only 2 skill caps for elusiveness, 2 skill caps for hands, so we can give him ridiculous carry. Damn. He's actually like, hey, 210 pounds, so like he's a little bit on the bigger side. Usually when you get guys with skill caps like this, they're like 175 pounds. Okay. Like this now it's turned into like, we got to make sure we keep this guy. Take a look at the wide receivers. We have Perry Thompson. The junior has a star dev. 6'3", okay. Steptoe. We got Tracy, 86 rated. Javon Tracy's going to be our wide receiver 1. In terms of upside, we have Jalen Smith, a sophomore impact dev speedster. 91 speed, 92 acceleration. Got a great deal breaker, totally manageable deal breaker. Maybe not the best skill caps, especially pretty much capped out on his route running. The trenches, I mean, you got to have good trenches to compete in the Big 12. We got Roy, a sophomore, 79. We got a freshman, 71 there in Thomas. But Roy, with a star dev trait, like there's a guy for sure that we might have to kind of pre-budget to ensure. We have Greg Johnson, 92 rated, one of the best linemen in the game as a senior left guard. Our senior center, Ashton Beers, is 87 rated. We have right guard in Jaden Ball. He's probably going to be getting the start there in that right tackle. I mean, it does drop off. The left-hand side of the offensive line, it's like that drawing of a horse where like it looks really good, and then when you get to the back end, it like looks like a toddler drew it. That is kind of our offensive line right now, so that is a little bit of a concern. Defensively, we got some studs. But a lot of our best players are going to be gone. One and gone. Anthony Smith, the senior, 92 rated. We have TJ Bush, who, I mean, we're definitely going to play him on the other side as a right edge. Also a senior with an 87 rated, and then I would say I'm generally a little concerned about the lack of depth that we have behind these guys. We have Howard. Jackson Howard has a dev trait, speed rusher. Actually looks pretty good, almost 90 acceleration, but like the freshmen that we have on our roster on the defensive line do not inspire great confidence. I do like the fact that our top 2 D tackles are sophomores. Sir Sunram and Wright Sargent, sophomores both with dev traits. Sunram with a star dev. So like, there's another guy I'm going to pencil in. What are your skill caps, please? It's just brutal. The double wave. It's like, okay, he's a former 4-star. And that is a thing that we could get, you know, Minnesota, you'll see when we get to recruiting. Like, there's 4-stars out the gate that want to come to this program, which certainly helps. We're not just going to be in the weeds at 3-stars only. Sunram, not the best skill caps. You definitely want to see a little bit higher. But even then, when you upgrade those 4 pass rushing, that will still probably get, you know, that's being weighted down by his change of direction. I bet you we can get his power moves up to like an 85, which is more than enough. The linebacking core is very top heavy with a senior. Again, in Baranowski. Maverick Baranowski, 88, 90 rated with the boost on the scheme, so he's going to be good and be able to contribute right away. Don't love the depth that we have at linebacker. Secondary, more the same. We have... Is that really, like, is it, we got a Cooper DeJean kind of, John Nestor over here? Big fan, all right. Senior, John Nestor, 88 rated. What? Let me Google this. Wow, okay, John Nestor. Cool. Well, I mean, outside of that, Mr. John Nestor, we have Aiden West with an impact dev as a sophomore, but I'm noticing that's kind of, I mean, we got a little bit of speed here in Naeem Parrish. Don't love the depth behind it. So, like, Minnesota, like, there's going to be a legit argument to be made that in terms of star talent, like, it's going to take us a bit to get back to where we are inheriting this roster. I think we're going to be losing a lot of high-tier players that, Kerry Brown, another really, really good strong safety, 88 rated strong safety. Be cool to keep him out of the NFL and get him for 2 seasons. He's on 150 NIL, so it's certainly a little pricey, but I like the state of this roster. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we looked at it, it's like, all right, when you just look at the general, like, what do we got going on? Our best wide receiver is a senior. Our best running back is a senior. Our 2 best pass rushers are seniors. Our best center is a senior. Our best corner is a senior. Our best linebacker is a senior. Our best pass rusher is a senior. Our highest rated player on the offensive line is a senior. You know? We're not going to be this good next year. I'll put it that way. But I will say, when I come to the recruiting, I was not expecting to see this. I was not expecting to see this many 4-stars out the gate have us as their number 1. It's not an insane amount, but, like, it's, you know, probably feels like there's more than what we have when the Florida Gators, which is kind of surprising. Now, doesn't also mean anything because you can't offer scholarships or anything like that during this stage. You can only kind of scout these players. I've had so many guys that has us for number 1, and then all it takes is literally any school in that top 5 that has a better pipeline, and like we'll be down to 5 between like now and when you sim to week 1. So it doesn't really mean a whole lot, and we don't really need actually a crazy amount on the roster. We need 5 guards, or at least they're suggesting we get 5 guards, a couple linebackers, a couple corners. But like generally speaking, we have a lot of depth. But as we just saw, the depth that we have, the underclassmen we do have, like there's not a whole lot of shining stars for Minnesota. So I would like to have a really good class here. All right, I think we're probably about ready with our board here. Look at this. Spencer Elliston looks like a corner that'd play at Minnesota. I'd say that 95 speed got him as a gem. Basically, I mean, we're in an interesting spot. We do have a really good budget. I think a lot of that is weighed by the fact that our roster is all of our high-end players, expensive NIL players, are seniors, and they're going to be graduating. So this is like the $4,500 budget is honestly unreal to be working with here. Now, even then, I'm still trying to ball within a budget. Still just want guys that aren't like, you know, give me a couple zeros every now and again. Like we got Nicholson, who we're 3rd. We have Tobias Mixon, a 4-star out of Ohio. We're his #1 school. I got Semple, a 0 NIL gem player. Arma, I don't love having to pay 120 NIL for like a non-gem. That's kind of like a principle I've established in myself. Even though it doesn't always make sense because like non-gems can still have good depth traits. Non-gems could still have good skill caps. But like gems tend to have a higher hit rate. So it's like, all right, if I'm paying big 3-digit NIL, I kind of want to be paying for a guy that for sure is not going to just come in normal dev with bad skill caps. But anytime I do these rebuilds, there's a principle of like, if there's any big-time players, any 4-star players from Minnesota, they can't be leaving the state. I have got to dominate my own state, and I think I will pay to ensure that I can do that. I got a 4-star gem here in Kimball. Decent gems, and even our non-gems look pretty good. I got James Harper here, has us as his #1. We have no connection. He's from Nevada, but 96 speed, 95 acceleration at 6'4", and you have us as our #1. I'm going to sniff around. We have the same kind of vibes here with Teague, another speedster, 99 speed. We're his #1 school. Not really an established pipeline, so it's going to be a crapshoot there. This guy, we're #1, and we have a pipe dog, Keenan Fatinikun. Not my favorite style, but good speed, though, for a elusive route runner. His route running is actually very, very good, and we have a good pipeline, so that's pretty cool, and he's a gem. Not every time. Like, even though I looked at everything, like height, weight, speed, meh, pretty meh on this guy. I'll take the swing on a gem. We have Vaughn Breeze, first team all-name. Didn't have a lot of running back. I thought we'd have a little bit more, and this one's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. Just anytime I find a gem when I'm scouting, I want to leave them up on my initial recruiting board to show you guys. Look how good I did good, guys. I found some good guys. There's probably no chance I'm going to be able to get him. We'll have to look elsewhere. Isaac Hennessy, a quarterback. 4-star quarterback, actually has this as his #1 school. 93 throw power. Like, I've kind of grown to like the pocket passer archetypes here in this game. Like, at least I like the way that they look. And I like to think, in theory, like, those are the types of quarterbacks I like to play for, even though, you know, I may be going like crazy. Still have 250 hours here. Might be able to, I mean, 15's a good target. I don't want to go too much beyond that. I mean, let's at least do our homework. Let's at least do our homework here on the quarterbacks. Yeah, we feel like Lindsey's going to kind of be an ass about his NIL. And let's just make sure we're not missing something. And I wish there was something a little bit more intricate for how I handle my scouting. It's pretty simple. None of these guys have really a whole lot. Like, none of them have a better arm than the guy that we're looking at. Most of them do have better accuracy, to be honest. Herring's a little bit better of an athlete. No pipeline, though. I like that 88 short accuracy from Mr. Gibbs. We're #2, 155 NIL. It's getting pricey. This guy's the worst arm of the quarterbacks. And Byler, we actually do have a pipeline on Byler. #1. Let's look at these two quarterbacks here. Better awareness on Hennessy. Better throw power on Hennessy. Better accuracy. All things not deep from Hennessy. But look at that. You get the deep accuracy. You get the throw on the run. The throw under pressure. It's a lot more mobile. Dude, Jalen Byler, actually. And we have that's going to have to be our quarterback. I'm glad I kept this in here. I'm pivoting. This is our guy. And we have at least, oh, don't say Georgia. Okay, Georgia's right there. I'd like to think Georgia's going to be looking at other quarterbacks. They're going to forget about this guy. He's going to slip under the radar. That's the last thing before we start is the existing coach tree of PJ Flex. So he obviously started as a master motivator. We got a 4 out of 4 there on passing game. Which, I mean, tier 3 for the as it relates to the rebuild, tier 3 put in work where the players get off-season training boost. are very much important. I think it's going to be worth just getting that next 25 points, probably just cashing that in on running back, maybe working our way down to offensive line here. We do have it on all of our receivers. We also have elite recruiter. We're into that. So we have max recruiting on quarterback, on receivers, on offensive line. We're 3 out of 4 on receivers in the elite recruiter tree, which, I mean, you know, always be recruiting's more of an end game. I don't think we're going to have the recruiting hours to really benefit by putting extra hours on players, or at least not until late season when our board's shrunk considerably. So I mean, I'm probably not going to be spending too much in there. I really do think like the first 3 are valuable to us right now as Minnesota as a program early on this rebuild. Again, these are very expensive abilities. We're coach level 42. You know, right now the grind with the sliders and XP sliders the way they are. You know, we're not getting a whole lot of points here. We're pretty much, this is going to be most of our tree. We are in a talent developer, though. I don't have a lot of experience with talent developer in college football 27, like in a rebuild setting. So we're 4 out of 4 on quarterbacks, on receivers, and almost on offensive line. And with this, we get additional XP for in-game goals. Freshman and sophomore linemen progress faster, which helps. But it's a double-edged sword because our freshman and sophomore linemen don't have good dev traits. We get boosts to pipelines, and we're going to get extra XP when they get drafted. Ain't bad. Kind of going from an update recruiting. You think Michigan? You think I'm going to let this guy go? A gem of a corner? Yeah, right. We're going to go ahead and I'll tell you right now. You think I'm playing? All right, so just circling back to the schedule here. I mean, I like to think we could be undefeated going into Washington. Mississippi State's always SEC play, I guess. There's a jump up in competition, but the quarterback that we have, I mean, I'm thinking we could be undefeated going into Michigan. Our big goal this season is to beat Wisconsin at the end of the year for the Paul Bunyan's Axe. I think that's doable. I think we have a better roster than Wisconsin does right now. But it's just like, what is the state of our roster? And is this Minnesota team, so far, my experience in college football 27, I don't know if it's been scaled or if it's placebo or not. I generally feel like upsets aren't happening as much, at least like for me, like they might use your team. Like the team, like I would expect Midwest, Mississippi State, Akron. I mean, you can't count out the spoiler makers, but like I think Northwestern, like those should be wins. Like things that look like they got to be wins for this year usually tend to be wins. But then I guess, you know, you get the ranked opponents. Is this team going to play up to this level of competition? Are they going to play down? Like I felt like our Oklahoma State Dynasty Rebuild that we just did, like that team showed up. That team, when we went to the sim, they played their asses off. Are we going to be able to get that in this rebuild? Every team's different. I don't know. My gut feeling is that we're going to lose to probably most of these ranked games. I don't know why. All right, now for recruiting, Georgia needs to frig off. There's no way you're in on this guy. 366 rated quarterback nationally. You're looking at, there's no way. This is their like plan A at quarterback. They need to frig off. And here we are beating Mississippi State. And Jesus, what a performance by TJ Bush. Then we follow that up by beating up on Akron pretty bad. Buck 65 for Darius Taylor. So we're undefeated. We beat the games that we were supposed to beat. Washington, our first ranked opponent, also undefeated. This is going to be nice. You know, it's not the ultimate fraud test. We haven't gone and gone on a streak long enough to warrant even being hyped up too much. But it's a great measuring stick to see where we're at, because I feel like probably not a huge difference in the talent between us and Washington. We could win this one. And we win this one, we might get rated. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, my God. You telling me Georgia's... this is their plan A? What are the odds? There's one of those moments just like that. I'm going to go to the portal if I need a quarterback. I'm done with competing with some of these pink pipelines. Fancy pink pipelines. All right, against Minnesota here. See, I don't think we really need to. I think we just it's way too early in the rebuild to get a lot of influence over our first ranking. Like let's see where we're at from the sim. Is this going to be a team that when we come up against big matchups later in the rebuild, we need to be conscientious? Maybe we're not the best sim team, and that might need a little bit more assistance if we want to try to be winning. Or, you know, can we hang in it? And we're hanging in it, but we have 0 points. Our defense has done a decent job. But offensively, you've got to say that, you know, especially settling. What are we doing settling for? Let's hop in here. This is pretty bad. Settling for field goals. I mean, it's, you know, not a gigantic lead, but we got max stadium pulse. Big environment for the sophomore here. Make that grab. Good grab. Good grab for sure. Keep the drive alive. Lindsey has no touchdowns. One pick here on the road. And we're just like, we're taking field goal. Oh, we got the touchdown. A kickoff return. A punt return touchdown. And that is enough to send this game to overtime. We get the ball first. We just won in overtime. I got them one first down, and it was all Minnesota after that. I single-handedly, with that first down, built this team's confidence to go out and get a big, I wouldn't say it's a big upset. I mean, they were ranked, we were not ranked, therefore it is a very good win. But like, I don't think we're, you know, even if you compare just base rosters, we must be as good as Washington is. We have much tougher opponents on the schedule when it comes to our Big 12 opponents. So that's a very good win. Not leave to the game to kill the hype. Motherfucker. At least you have a great way to get revenge to losing that recruit this week. Or prove that he made the right decision. At least this game's at home. Maybe that's going to be the difference maker. We know Minnesota's probably... Oh, I should have watched the intro to get even more hyped. We know we're probably against Michigan here, but I think our team's good enough this year that we can punch them in the mouth a couple times. We might be able to land that quick haymaker, get the judge's decision. Well, that first touchdown of the game goes to Minnesota. And it's been a lot of us. Oh, no, here we go. We got to tighten up shop here a little bit. I mean, we're holding them to field goals. An outrageous effort by our defense, all things considered. They got Bryce Underwood at quarterback. They got the superstar world prospects. And we got this within 1 point and a touchdown. How did we not get 2 points? Why did we not? Did we go for 2 for a reason? No. No. Yes. Yes. Yes! Suck it. We win. What is that? A bowl of KFC? Oh, I want some KFC right now. No, we got, what is that? A bell? That looked like a KFC bucket. Oh, man, I wish it was. Oh, I'm craving that now. But look at that. Darius Taylor. 2 big-time matchups. 2 big-time performances from our stud as we win. I can only imagine what that is. I probably should have seen what the rivalry game was for. KFC should reach out for sponsoring because that would be on. I'm surprised you don't have like a KFC bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't that seem like give a golden bucket? KFC needs to hire me with these marketing decisions. But whatever we just won, some sort of bucket, Michigan can suck it. All right, fellas, great comments on rebuilding Minnesota. 5-0, and we're ranked. Start the rebuild. 18th. Pretty cool. Great comps. Don't love it. Took the week 7 to get our first commit of players that we had #1 spot from the preseason in. I don't love how long like this grind took, but we do get Fetinikun. We were #1 for him the whole way. We got Glenn Kimball. He was a 4-star gem tackle from Florida. We get Otis, 4-star linebacker, and we're still in pretty good position for everybody else. Oh, yeah, just simmed the week against Purdue Spoilermakers. We lost. Now we're not ranked. What? Are you kidding me? We just blew it. We had the lead, and then we blew it in the 4th quarter. Lindsey, a lot of yards, a lot of turnovers. Purdue quarterback was unstoppable. But we do get Quan Abel, 4-star tight end. We do get Arma, Minnesota. So, like, again, we want to dominate that pipeline, make sure any good Minnesota players like Voss and Arma, who are really the 2 big 4-stars, cross them off our checklist. Nice. We go from the battle of the KFC for the battle of the hug. Rivalry week, Minnesota, Iowa. We get our ranking back off our bye week, so that must mean a couple L's took place down the polls. But we could just, yes. Okay, I don't love the fact we lost to Purdue after beating in the sim 2 ranked opponents. Don't love the vibes that gives off. But we get right back on the horse here if we can beat and take down ranked Iowa. Back at home where we upset Michigan, maybe we're just a sim team. Maybe we're like when it's doing quick sim, you're not actually playing the moment stuff, like our team sucks. But if we come in here and play the moments, sub teams are just prime time performance. When the cameras are on them, they're going to play better. I'm kind of getting that vibe. Somebody to a 10-0 lead here over Iowa. Iowa gets a field goal, but like our defense has been so stout. It's not even like we're winning shootouts. We're winning because our defense is suffocating and our offense is just playing good enough. So shout out to PJ Fleck for having this program. Like I thought this would be at least year 3 before we started playing like this against the big dogs in the Big 12. And we're getting that right away. I wouldn't mind now at this point coming in and give me like a nice little, hey, here you go in the red zone. Can you finish this drive off? Well, Didn't even need to. Rivalry game. Second one in the bank. We win the hog. Let's go. What's that? Me. The me. Battle for what? Rosedale? I gotta get up to date on these rivalry games. I gotta show more respect to this program. Every time I do a rebuild, I want to leave with information gained. I gotta figure out what the name of that goddamn hog. 4 sacks by Anthony Smith, future first-round pick in the NFL. I think he's at like 13 sacks already. Like the sim numbers. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna show you guys the sim numbers that we have, especially on defense at this point of the season. Definitely some of the best. Definitely the best we've had at any rebuild so far. So kudos to PJ Fleck. Offensively, our numbers are not really anything to write home about. Defensively, though, we got 13.5 sacks, 20 TFLs for Anthony Smith, 11.5 sacks, 19 TFLs for TJ Bush. INT numbers are solid. Nestor, love seeing that. Good for you, bud. But man, oh man, like what I'm seeing is that from here on out, like Bush Sr., Anthony Smith Sr., like we are a scheme that if we have talented edge rush, they will put up big-time numbers. There we go. Get Semple side on. I think we're going to start getting some of our more affordable options. James Harper, though, was a 4-star wide receiver. Nicholson, 4-star linebacker. I'm going to dip back in. Semple is our only, like, 0 NIL. I'd like to, now that we are kind of signing our board, I usually like to get 5 of those guys across the board. If we can find gems, the better. So I'm going to go back in for our second wave of recruiting. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm going to go back to Hennessy. I don't know. I think Iowa, being such a tight population, they haven't even offered him a deal yet. So I think we might be able to... I don't want to pay too much. I think we give him his expected NAL, but we hit him real hard on the hours. And let's see if we can make some ground up there. And then other than that, I got... there actually was another Minnesota player that I didn't queue in here. In Demetrius Drangway, 4-star wide receiver. I actually think we can throw our weight around here if Michigan State's really the only other competition. And then I'm just going to try, like, get a couple 3-stars that have 0 NIL. Just try to make up, your classic late season... can I steal a couple more recruits before we put all the pressure on the transfer portal to make up numbers? Yeah, we're number 12. We'll get Indiana, who's number 11. We're on the road. This is really going to test at least the theory is, like, is our team always going to be a play-of-the-moment standout? Because if they can beat Indiana on the road in the sim, I think we might be able to honestly go win a natty this year. But you never know. It's a bad rain weather game. Maybe that will affect Indiana more than it'll affect us because we can just hand the football off to Darius Taylor if we need to. But again, just another standout by our defense, keeping Indiana almost a shutout so far through the first half. If I don't jinx that, which I think I just... No, we did. 3-0 ugly. We're going to win ugly again. All the field goals, though, that's not going to cut it. I feel like if Indiana figures it out, they're going to start getting touchdowns and not trying to chip their way back in with field goals. But holy fellas. Oh, let's see luck there. Yeah. We tied it up in overtime. Game-tying drive by Lindsey. Oh, my God, did we just beat Indiana on the road, dude? Like, dozens of people over my first 3 rebuilds just said, Minnesota, I'd love to see Golden Gophers rebuild. I've seen on Reddit, like, people, like, listing what are going to be the funnest dynasty over Minnesota. It's, like, constantly on top 10s. Our defense is so good that our quarterback can go below 50% completion percentage, and they can get us ranked wins on the road, dude. This is nuts. Like, I was kind of joking, like, hey, we can go win it. If we get in the playoffs, we're beating teams that you would see in the playoffs. Overtime win. The guts of this Minnesota like we circle all this in with understanding that I think massive reasons why we're winning right now are our seniors that are going to be gone after this year. Next year is going to be harder than this season. This season might be the easiest season of the whole rebuild. Not saying that even if we don't end up winning the national championship, we might win down the line because our roster might have more depth and more strength across the board. But again, I really don't think in terms of star talent, I mean, it's going to be pretty tough to get some of the guys that we have right now on the roster. He's got to sign without even having an offer, like a walk-on. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we do not recommend starting your long-term dynasties until the title update at the end of the week. And we fucking lost to UCL. No way. This is our first rebuild all year where we're losing to the teams we're supposed to win. Second L of the year happens. UCLA. We lose to Purdue and UCLA. We've beaten 3 ranked opponents. Indiana, done. Michigan, ranked, done. Really? We're struggling with UCLA? We're getting some commits. Connor Teague, 4-star gem wide receiver from Massachusetts. Some no pipelines going on there. That's a good win. Unfortunately, we lose to Penn State. The wheels are kind of falling off. Fighting tooth and nail to remain ranked this year. We got Northwestern, then the big game against Wisconsin to round things up. Where do we stand in terms of conference? I think we probably have too many L's to be right in the Big 12 chain. Yeah, 4-3. I mean, we do have Northwestern, Wisconsin, so we could make it 6-3. 6 wins if Oregon, USC, Michigan don't win. For the I mean, yeah, it's very unlikely, but I think it'd be impressive within itself to finish ranked this year. That'd be a nice win. All right, lost to Northwestern. Awesome. Well, 7-4. There goes our rating. Maybe, I don't know. Is this like Minnesota football? Peaks and valleys, huge wins, disappointing losses, and at the end, you just, hard to find a lot of hype. What, you know what? Look at that. Win 50% of your road games this year. We're at that 50%. This game is, we win this game. We win this last one. We go 8-4 on the year, and we get we really get our only 2 achievable expectations this year. We can get 400 more NIL bucks, beat Wisconsin. All right, we're gonna make sure we win this game. All right, here we go. On the road, battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. Minnesota. It's been a very up and down seasons. The highest of highs. The lowest of lows. But if we can find a way for our elite defense to keep us in this one, only field goals allowed. If we offensively come in, Drake Lindsey needed to be a superstar for our team. Hasn't really been a superstar for our team. And I think we almost, as painful as it may be, we may have to remember these performances, his stat line, when it comes to what he's going to look for NIL. It's kind of like Madden, where like sometimes you have guys with great dev traits. Everything about him is like, this guy's going to be with us long term. It's like, can we justify paying him the number that he wants? Right there in the middle of the field. Work that. Ooh, fight up to the 1. First and goal. We got 0 touchdowns. That just puts him over 100 yards. 1 pick for Lindsey on the road. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, has Minnesota ever had, like, a real good quarterback? Like, I can't even name one at the top of my head. I guarantee I would know and recognize some names. But, like, I think in Minnesota football, I think, like, they've had some good, like, Ibrahim at running back was, like, a stud before the injuries happened. I feel like he was, like, their last real good. I will be also honest, I think I get a lot of times Minnesota and, like, Iowa State mixed up. Because I'm like, oh, wasn't David Montgomery here? Like, nope, don't think he was, but there we go. We got a great rushing touchdown there, right? Celebration in the ref's face. I'm sure that's not going to be a penalty. Oh, we get a turnover. 17 straight points for Minnesota, the Golden Gophers. All right, I think we come in here. Don't have a running clock. Oh, it's going to be a running clock. Awesome. I love that when it's play the moments and it's just, hey, come in here and pretty much just look at a Badger looking like he's dancing like he's from Woodstock in the 60s. That guy, drug test that man. I like to look at this playbook. Got a couple nice pro plays, not just gimmicky. I just go back to like when I did the Florida Gators rebuild. It was terrible. You had like 5 shotgun passes, and that was it. All right, the middle green. I didn't have to green it, and it is in. Make a very catchable ball behind Smith. Touchdown, Minnesota. Is that going to be enough that we can ride that lead into a Paul Bunyan Axe Trophy? 2 AD goals. We score, they score. But we're able to kill the game off. I will say one thing. Even with our slip-ups, I don't think Purdue's a rivalry game. I don't think like UCLA's a rivalry game. Northwestern, we have won our rivalry games. We may not be going to the college football championship. We may not be going to the Big 12 championship. But year one, this new era, me taking over for Minnesota, we've put a priority on beating the shit out of our opponents, upsetting our opponents when it's a rivalry on the line. So our team shows up in big moments. But I'd be lying if I say I'm not concerned that I don't think our quarterback's really playing like a superstar. And he may want that kind of money come NIL time. And 2 is I think our team this year was carried a lot by our superstar senior players that we just don't have a lot of depth behind them to take over. We do not have any successors to any of our really good players on our team. So maybe that's where the transfer portal comes in. That must be a low bar. Single season passing yards record for Drake Lindsey. don't even think he's been playing that well. Must just be a little. There we go. David Cobb, Tyler John. There we go. We're getting some names. Antoine Winfield Jr. Yes, but 3,300 yards is the all-time leader. What are they like Chicago Bears? A late recruit, better late than never. Now we officially got all the 4 stars from Minnesota have committed to Minnesota. Mission accomplished. Personal C4 expectation for the year. Official 2 check marks from year 1. Very happy with that. Get a nice bowl game. Music City Bowl, ranked Texas. I mean, that's sometimes I'm gonna be honest. If I don't make the playoff, just give me a gimme bowl win, just to add that to our school's reputation. Maybe that'll be enough to bring us up a rating or not. When it's a tough bowl game, it's like, all right, well, maybe we won't win. It won't enter the offseason with some momentum. This is gonna be pretty tough. It'd be nice if it was realistic and like Arch Manning's rested. That'd be cool. There's no way he'd be playing in this one. This is very disappointingly been a game where it's just can't buy a touchdown. We've had 4 red zone drives, 4 field goals. Drake Lindsey, I mean, again, I could have hopped in, probably helped us. We want to really steal a Music City Bowl at some point in this, but this is like, you know, we're trying to figure out, do I want to drop 300 NIL if that's what it comes to with Drake Lindsey, knowing that, like, you know, I don't know. Big game like that, toe-to-toe with Arch Manning and all field goals. That's not the type of quarterback you break the bank for. We've already done rebuilds. Dylan Raiola. Remember we got Raiola in Oklahoma State, and he literally almost won the Heisman? Those are the kind of quarterbacks you want to pay big-time NIL to, not guys that just get you field goals. So then year 8-5 for year 1 it's a better record than I thought. I thought that's probably the ceiling. I was thinking probably floor 5 wins, ceiling of 8 wins, including the bowl game. So 8-5, pretty good. Also, like, learned some things schematically. Learned that Drake Lindsey is probably not worth paying for. Also, is that the scheme? Like, do we just have like a bad passing scheme? We didn't have great skill position players around him outside of the running back from the backfield here. Darius Taylor, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Ford, that's a guy I want to keep in the building, even though he has a pro potential deal breaker. 8 touchdowns. I think he could be the lead back. Bell cow guy for us. Receiving, didn't have anyone over 1,000 yards. Jalen Smith was close, and he's a sophomore, and he's coming back, no deal breaker, so that's solid. But, you know, really not happening with the passing offense. Defensively, incredible. 17 sacks, 8 assists, 28 TFLs. There's a first rounder. Bush probably played himself into the first round, second round, third round, somewhere in that range. Doesn't have the same traits and tools as Smith, but like I just got to interpret, like, this is what we're going to trace. This is going to be the dragon that we're chasing on the defensive side of the ball, that we know if we can somehow find successors, be it guys we're getting from high school recruits or in the transfer portal, pass rushers can thrive here in Minnesota. And, you know, winning with great defense is probably going to be our best path forward to finding that national championship success. I'm not going to lie. I'm looked. Upgrade facility, 3,100. We have 5,300. I can do the math, 2,200 available carryover budget. But, like, this would also get it off our 80 expectations so we could re-roll to something else to make more future. I think we have to. I think we have to do this right now. Level 5. Get the final check mark. Make the most of this budget. Maybe, you know, but also maybe that just added an extra year to this rebuild. Maybe that cost me, like, an expensive transfer portal class. I don't know. It's not like I'm spending additional money, but... you know, it's almost like, when are we gonna have that much of a budget at any other point in the rebuild? 5,000 plus available points. Now's the time, considering it's a goal, and we get $1,000 back because of that's right. I'm not tripping. That's what that 80 expectation ended up paying. Get that facility, and we get 1,000 points just to confirm that. Yes, we do. So there we go. We'll have 3,200, almost 3,300. NIL bucks going to next year. That's more than manageable. So going to the end of season NIL, the number 1 player, even more than the running back. I want, even more than Lindsey, I want Xavier Ford. I think this guy could be our guy. So I'll give him 60 to keep him out of the portal. Grant Washington's also there, but, like, you know, I'm good having some turnover here. We could probably go up to 40 on Roundtree, if that 50, I guess. That brings it in. I just don't want to have to, like, go from this into the portal and say, oh, I actually now need to just re-spend this money to get new guys to make positional requirements up. Lindsey, looking for 120. What's it going to cost to get him into the yellow? 140? 145? I can live with that. But that also is not going to deter me if we can get a better quarterback in the portal. Because I'm kind of worried about his ceiling and where he's at. Let's take a little look-see at our players here. We got one guy coming back already. Kept all our top dogs out of the portal. Chef's kiss. Very nice. One of the players we sent to the show, Greg Johnson, second rounder. Anthony Smith, second rounder. I thought he might have gone in the first. Barnowski in the fifth. Bush going to the seventh. Someone got an absolute steal. But those are all of our good players. Can we replace them in the transfer portal? All right, let's take a look at our transfer portal. Camario Taylor, big-time quarterback, Mississippi State. That is our... If you look right next to my webcam here, I don't love that we're now at $680 budget. That is kind of a low budget to be, you know, for the state of this program. I like having just a lot more grace period, a lot more leeway in case we need to pivot at any point. But $230 on Camario Taylor. That's very expensive with what we repaid Lindsey. But like if Lindsey just starts being just kind of middle of the mall again, Taylor as a sophomore coming in, you know, gives us an option. Just gives us, and it'd be one of those guys too. You know, I'm worried about Ole Miss. If Ole Miss kind of comes in late, we might not get him. We have Dysere Carter. We were actually his #1 school for the first wave. We bumped down to 3, but we're gonna bring him in on a visit. I believe we got him in our Colorado rebuild, and he was like unreal. He was our wide receiver 1 in our Colorado rebuild. Got a 6'9" tight end, Caleb Hack. We were his #1 school. We got 4-star tackle, 4-star guard. Really want to try to double up pass rush. I think Hopkins and Gass here, both as freshmen, can come in playing time. I'm trying to avoid as much as I can playing style deal breakers because that's just, you're setting yourself up for a future headache. I did a pretty good job on that until like we have Fulton here, 4-star freshman D tackle. We're going to try Texas ahead of us. That's going to be kind of tough. We also have like Fairs, but he's only coming in as a 1-year rental as a senior, so that's not a problem. Kolag Bodie from Delaware. Looks like he could be a really, really good player, and I think good enough to deal with the playing style deal breaker. All right, we get Gass, 4-star pass rusher from Georgia. I actually thought the Bulldogs might come in. We get Kolag Bodie from Indiana, and we go into the final wave. First place for a loss. We lose out on Hopkins. The other pass rusher goes to Notre Dame. We tried our best. There we go. Moment of truth. We have a quarterback battle. Camario Taylor coming over from Mississippi State. We get Dysere Carter, could be wide receiver 2. Maybe even higher. We get the 6'9" tight end Caleb Hack from Iowa. We get the 4-star lineman. Trying to beef up that right-hand side of the offense. We get Christian Yodes, who actually had in the Oklahoma State rebuild. We stole him over from Nebraska. He was a really, really good player for us. We get Fairs, the best linebacker, highest rated player from App State. So we're kind of pillaging from smaller schools. That's pretty cool. We get Polak, a 4-star. He's from the high school recruits. So we have a couple late commits there from high school. We had our top 3. We get another, we had to add a couple 3-star running backs. We did, however, unfortunately miss out. Galloway goes to Indiana, the 4-star freshman corner. That one stinks. I thought we were in a real good spot there. Damn it. I mean, overall, we finished with a budget of over $1,000. That's fine for me. I like that wiggle room, right? We finished with the number 13 class in the nation, 22 4-stars, 3 3-stars. So we clanging and banging. What did Minnesota do in real life? Let me go look, just for comparison. All right, Minnesota right now for the upcoming 26 in the nation. So that we're going 13th. A lot more 4-stars than what they're bringing in. Good start to the rebuild. Let's take a look at the players that we brought in. We'll start with the transfer portal. Camario Taylor comes in as a start-ev quarterback. Very nice. Start-ev on Dysere Carter. Impact. We get a start-ev on Itete. Normal on Robinson. Start-ev on Christian Jones. Fairs with a start-ev. Really good start. Kolaboli, normal. Ooh. Again, I think it does sting. Even regardless of talent and stuff like that, when you're paying like 100 NIL for a normal dev player that's going to be here for a minute. Like Kolabodi's freshman. So we got maybe 3 years of that. Robinson, freshman, 3 years on almost 100 NIL. Certainly stings a little bit Impact on Gas. William coming in with a normal. Now looking at our high school. What do we got? We got impact on Fraley, normal on Polak, impact on Barr, Teague Elite Dev, Connor Teague, 4-star gem wide receiver. We have not got many Elite Dev players. Like, we got to be, we're 3 rebuild. This is our 4th Dynasty rebuild. We might have 2 or 3 total. Add that to the list. Connor Teague, let's go. Normal on, oh, come on, dude. You shouldn't be a 4-star gem normal dev tree. You better have some good skill caps. We got a star dev on Harper, not bad. Normal on Nicholson, Durango, impact, Abel, star dev. I'll take star devs. Hey, there we go. That's what a star dev needs to look like. 4-star gems. Give me the star dev traits. Get impact on Arma, Otis, normal, impact on Voss. So, woo! We get 2 elite devs from this class. Simple. 0 NIL, well, 5 NIL, a 0 NIL target for us. Why can't you be like that, George Hester? But we get the budget elite dev. Oh, very, very nice. That kind of offsets. You got to get these guys to offset the expensive transfer portal normal dev players. Oh, cool. Got a free dev trade for Kolag Bodie, so that stings a little less. Expensive normal dev players, now no longer that. Sorry, now going through training camp, defensively, don't love, some of the guys we have in the portal, the dev trade skill cast, but this guy, Gas, sophomore 4-star from Georgia, looks like we can get a little something. I was able to get him up to a 76, but the skill cap's still a lot of room to go for power and finesse move. Quickness can be maxed out, run stuffing and IQ. That can kind of help Padger's, base overall a little bit later on in the rebuild. Isaiah Carter, the big wide receiver that we got in the portal. I did bite the bullet and put 20 points right in to max out his quickness, but we still have a lot of growth to potentially be had with his hands and route running to make him, he could definitely get up into the 90s. I think Xavier 4 could be a star for us. Able to up, again, the skill caps are, obviously the expensive ones here, kind of sting a little bit, but we got his ball carry vision up. I got his carrying into the 80s. He's an 82 rated as a sophomore, and I just, you have a decent enough dev trade, as long as we can improve that pro potential deal breaker, so it's not just a revolving door. Every year he's going to want a bunch of NIL to convince him to stay. I think that's a guy, if we can reach his ceiling, he could be a game changer for us. He could be one of the best running backs in the Big 12. The question is, at a trading camp, Drake Lindsey or Camario Taylor, who is going to get the advantage? Let's see what we can do in terms of upgrades. Drake Lindsey, I think I'm worried more so just about base abilities than I am unlocking some physicals right now, so let's see what we can do. IQ is maxed out. We're pretty much just... Is 90 throw power enough? Should we just go 90 throw power and then... No, we need to get the accuracy up. We're gonna make him the best player possible by just up. We can get his skill cap reach here via accuracy. Brings up to an 86. 90 throw power is pretty much like the introductory level. I don't think there's any physicals for 2 points. No. So he's at 86. What do we have with Camario Taylor? Better dev trait. Skill caps are... Ooh. They both have 90 throw power. For him, let's max out. Let's do the same kind of thing. We're not going to touch the throw power just quite yet. That can come at a later date. We can also... Well, we got to max out the IQ here. So that also brings him to 86. But we have leftover budget that we could roll in towards upgrading that throw power potentially next season. But, there you go. All I wanted was clarity. And I'm glad that we have literally the same rated players. Vastly different, though. But I think the athletic profile of Camario Taylor, 89 speed, 93 acceleration to 70, 72. The accuracy, they have identical throw power. Big drop-off in the awareness here. Advantage to Lindsey, but it's... Damn it, man. Clarity was not found. It's do you want a dual threat? Do you want accurate pocket passer? Going into year 2, we have quite the dilemma at quarterback. I think every other position is set in stone. Definitely lacking the star talent that we had a year ago. Most importantly on the defensive side of the ball. Our pass rush we had the best 1-2 pass rush in the league. And while I think we added a lot to the secondary level, I think we have overall a better secondary than what we had last year. The defensive line, I don't think this is going to be a scheme thing. I don't think you can equate it to Madden where Minnesota's defensive playbook gets sacks in sim. I think maybe there's something to that, but I think most of it is the talent that we had on the field. Good players will play good in this scheme, and I don't know if we have that right now. And then it comes to the goddamn quarterback. I was even one overall point. If Lindsey was 87 and Taylor was 86, I would have just took that as a sign that, like, oh, you won out the battle. I mean, because Drake is, you know, the actual Minnesota guy, I think we at least give him the opportunity to start this season. Take a look. I actually haven't even peeked at the schedule now. Like, maybe we can almost, like, set a timeline here for us to evaluate what's going to be best for our course. So we got San Jose State, Mississippi State. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we got Ohio State. Dude, it's just like one of those things where, like, when do you pull, like, if I give Drake the first half of the season, he has to play Ohio State and USC. And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to evaluate the second half. Like, Taylor in the second half, those are a lot more winnable games. Yes, you got ranked Indiana there. Oh, this sucks. I think we go Drake Lindsey. I'm leaning that way right now, and we act like we have a great insurance policy off the bench in Camario Taylor, who can completely change this offense because he's a completely different type of quarterback. I was working on our recruiting board here. Still have a couple players I want to scout. I mean, decent spot for sure. I mean, some positions we're lacking. Where, like, I'm really, you know, you could spot trends with the players that I'm looking for. Like, at bare minimum, we're either your number one school or you're part of our pipeline. The better pipeline, the more likely I'm going to go after you. We got the 4-star here in Eric Hogue. He looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I just blind scouted. I mean, we have the hours too. We might come back to, but it's just A+ playing time. A lot of other things look good, but actually we gotta thin the herd here. We got a couple pass rushers. I got Andre Wanham. We're his number one school. We have Nazir Meredith. We're his number one school. We got Robbie Matlock here. A little bit more juice to him. Yeah, well, both these guys are good, man. Sometimes you get these pounds. I mean, 220. Robbie Matlocks could probably put on another 15 pounds and be fine. Well, actually, what we really want as we scout these, just give me a gem. Come on, one gem. There we go. Better with right there. I mean, that guy's almost a 5-star. 44th in the nation. 5th best edge rusher. But where's number one school? He's a gem. That's going to be the guy we go after. I really want to kind of get our targets list as close to about a dozen as we can. I got all good players that I like players that have attributes that I like, body types that I'd prefer for our scheme, but like not one gem to this point. I think maybe we're saved for the big position. I want to bring it here live. It was good luck last time I recorded this. So I got 2 wide receivers here. I have Larry Orlando from Minnesota, so that's just kind of wanting to dominate our pipeline. We have Antoine Blades, a running back out of Florida. But Florida players is a good pipeline for us, but then you're also competing with all the Florida schools. And Blades, I mean, he's, I don't know, that's 100+ NIL. I love the change of direction and acceleration. Straight line speed, not the best. I mean, we gotta, maybe we'll keep it. I mean, I wanted to leave this in for how dumb this is. First for Thad Zimmons. 18th quarterback in the class. I'm first for him. He's like, actually playing time deal breaker. Are you kidding me? This guy's going to be the guy anyway. Look at that. Tremaine Jamerson from Minneapolis, Minnesota. 92 throw power. Decent enough athlete. That's probably as quick as you're going to see on a pocket passer. 6'4", 192. Damn. Guys, kind of excited to get that guy. Bring him into camp. Something that's weird is we still have that top goal of upgrade our national powerhouse facilities in the next 2 seasons. Like, I did that. Current facility, national powerhouse, not tracking. I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know if, for whatever reason, this goal is locked into 3 years and I just get it when the 3 years time is up. That's kind of stupid. I'd like to, I would like to think as soon as you unlock it, you get the check mark, and at least what we did last year, right? Because I bought this in the right end of the end of the season. I don't even think the off season had started. That should be, give me another one. Give me another, I don't want to wait. But it is another year we have to beat Wisconsin. Got it? Be ranked in the top 15 at any point in the season. Now, our schedule is very difficult at the beginning. It's pretty easy near the second half. So I don't think it's going to be one of those years, even if we get off to a shaky start and we're not really looking too hot mid-season. The last 6 games in particular, we're probably going to be favorites in. Got Indiana in there a little bit late, but I think it's going to be better chance we finish with a top 15 than to, kind of get off to a really, really hot start and get that one cashed in early this season. Especially with Ohio State. Kidding me? Oh, must not. There we go. We had to go through the first week of the season. check mark on National Powerhouse Facilities. So, okay. Now, something interesting. Camario Taylor's listed as an 81 wide receiver. Obviously, the athletic ability is doing that. He has 56. Oh, man. I don't know. Kind of intrigued about, like, what does that look like? Maybe I just at least put him out there, right? Put him out there, and we'll see. Maybe some cool things happen, I guess. Would be how I'd phrase this. You know what? Just out of curiosity, I'm going to give them both a game. I gave Drake Lindsey week 1 San Jose State. Get off to a hot win. We're ranked now. So that's how fringe this roster was to being ranked from the preseason polls. Because the win over San Jose State probably didn't do a whole lot for us. So we must have been like first team out. Lindsey, 296, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 59 yards on the ground. Okay. Hell of a justification of giving the QB1 spot right away. But I think maybe the fairest way, we'll give Camario Taylor the next matchup. And if he doesn't play good against his old school, he might just not be our guy. This is going to be a motivated Camario Taylor. I wish there would be something under the hood. Just plus 10 all his stats going on the road against the team he just transferred from that said he wasn't good enough. Kind of want to see this. Kind of just, let's, you know. Does he actually play better? Like, this is a tough game for us. It's definitely SEC play. Even if it's the bottom bit of the SEC, they're still a big program. They can definitely spend as much as we spend. Okay, Camario Taylor against his old team. Can he get a win on the road? Inspire this program. I'm telling you right now, we don't got a lot of points. Don't know what his stat line's going to look like. It's probably not going to be, you know, convincingly better than what we saw Drake Lindsey. He had 3 touchdowns. But a win's a win. If we can find a way to get a dub here. That was way closer than it needed to be. But a win's a win for Minnesota. Camario Taylor, 1-0 on the season. But I think statistically that's going to probably tell the story here. Camario Taylor, no touchdowns, 2 picks, 46% completion percentage. As a scrambler, did have a rushing touchdown. But, I mean, yes. San Jose State for Mississippi State, there's quite a gap. But I think we know who our quarterback 1 is. Maybe we keep Taylor as just the weapon, gadget type player. All right, there's a big one. We win this one, we're going to hit our AD expectation of being ranked 15th. As the number 19 team, 2-0, we host the Cheat Codes. The final boss of college football 27, the Ohio State Buckeyes. But I'll tell you what, this team last year, these are the kind of games we were winning. We were losing to the slip-up trap games. Fell into those traps. We did not lose, or at least play bad, when we had a ranked opponent. Our team plays to the level of their competition, for better or for worse. And at home, I'm expecting a very competitive, if not upset, over the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. But I can't stress enough, if you have yet to play college football 27, and you've played a lot of Madden over the years, Ohio State is absolutely the Kansas City Chiefs of this game in comparison to just every time, dude. They're always in the play, as they should be. As they should be. But Ohio State in college football 27 just makes you remember you're playing a video game, because they are like a freaking final boss fight. We're in the red zone, down 2. I think I'm awarded 1 drive. I can play 1 drive, and we don't get too upset. We don't throw an asterisk on like the validity of this victory. We got Teague. Teague, number 19. That is our elite dev, true freshman. On a star. They're already putting one of their best corners on him. That's great respect. We can go smash corners, potentially look for the running back out the backfield. Drake Lindsey. What are we thinking here? We have time. Go to the freshman tight end, Abel. Well, that looks good. Abel! Oh, that's going to be PI. Catched it through, pass interference. And that should be a lead for the number 19 Minnesota Golden Gophers. Decline that. That is going to be a touchdown. What can our defense do? Ohio State's going to come out probably tempo. We force a punt. No! No! God damn it. God damn it, fellas. We were so close. Let's see what I can do. Honestly, this is where, like, Camario Taylor quarterback would probably offer a lot of value to us. Come on, A. Just make that. We got all of our timeouts. It's fine. Oh my god, I was so dumb. And that's why I live in the menus. Oh, that was so dumb, dude. There's certain things that I could say right now that could explain a lot of what happens when I play, especially when I record at nighttime when everyone's in bed at my household. Some of the decisions I made would be maybe more explainable. You know where I was 15 minutes prior to this. Still no excuse. We have to be better. The upset was there. They might have got it without me being a dumbass. We got to be better. I got to be better. We all got to be. We'll bounce back, though. This was expected L. We're going to be just fine. I think we got a bye week coming up. Reload. Luckily, we didn't fall too far in the polls. We get a great chance to bounce back here against 3-1 Iowa. Also really excited about the L. We got our first commit from Buffalo, Minnesota. That seems fake. Larry Orlando. We are back. Just got off a conference call with something that could be cool. Don't really know how to interpret what just happened. But for those of you that witnessed this tidbit, if something cool does happen, it'd be really cool. Now back to the Minnesota Golden Gophers rebuild. 3-1 right now. We have another big-time opponent. Again, front half of the schedule, it's a slog. Back end of the schedule is where I think we're going to make a lot of ground. We still got off to a good start. We're number 19. We're higher rated than USC. And I think this could be a really good opportunity to stack a nice win now that we have our quarterback one. But we're on the road. Let's be honest. I've seen enough USC games over the last couple years that stadium is not that full. I don't think they have much of a home field advantage anymore, how the times have changed. But they got a good team. They got a really good team. This is going to be a difficult matchup. I think it's another good barometer. Where is this Minnesota program at? Because once we get back into the rest of the Big 12 play, I think we match up pretty well. But these out-of-conference ranked opponents... I mean, is USC in the Big 12 now, right? Out-of-conference, what am I saying? Feel like that, man. Can we get back to having the Big 12 be something and the Pac-12 being its own thing? Why are they combined? I get it, but I don't get it. What I do get, let's come in here. Try to give us a fighting chance. Smith, Teague, Carter. I want to get this to Teague. That's our go-to guy. Oh, baby. Let's go. Elite Dev. Want to force him. I actually think I have him in the slot. Which, I mean, that's always the double-edged sword. We have a good budget, but, like, I do hate it. Realism challenge, whatever you want to say. I do hate the idea of, like, any player that you kind of make really good. If you try to manufacture touches to put a guy in, like, the best spot to be sick in this year's game, it's like you're just asking for him to ask for insane amount of money and lose him in the portal. So I do have those vibes. But what I do know also is USC... Whatever, we'll let them get that. USC is... the least I've lost enough money on USC over the last couple years. And I don't like USC. I don't really like the idea of betting on USC, but there's been some situations where, like, I love the Trojans in this. Where offensively it's there, and then defensively they just let me down over and over and over and over and oh my god, can we get this to X? Boom! Oh my god, we got time it. At least at least our own player played DB there. God damn it, dude. We had a howitzer. We had a quarterback that didn't have a noodle arm. That would have been a touchdown. I should have got that sooner out though. I can't deflect blame on that. Oh my god. The wind-up. 3 business days. 3 freaking business days. Again, We're getting open. I think our receivers are giving us a chance. Just, I don't know if we got the arm to do this. Well, I mean, even there, that might have been. Shit! Whatever. We're going to win out. We're going to win out. Ooh, we're cleaning up with the Minnesota recruits, Tremaine Jemerson, 4-star from Minneapolis. Please have good skill caps and or dev trade. Nice. We also get Marco Traore. I believe he was a gem player, I believe. No, he was not. I got him confused with Felix, the 4-star gem, who has signed on. Looking pretty good. Falling off a little bit. There's been 2 players the whole time that I've got bad vibes on. Mitch Canoff, the 4-star linebacker. We've been number 1, but it's been feeling like he's just waiting for a reason for, like, we got leapfrogged by Mizzou. They haven't even given him an offer yet. Again, ladies and gentlemen, wait for the title update. We lost out on Durham. This one's tough because I just got priced out of, because I play Indiana this week. So I was like, all right, I can't bring him in ahead of Indiana's visit. I mean, the only thing we can do here. There's only one thing, and I do appreciate that we have this tool. We have so much NIL. I will break the bank on a top 100 guard if that's the only thing that gives me a chance. This is our last big game of the season. Ohio State, USC. Now we got ranked Indiana 5-1. We have clawed back. We're 4-2. We're number 20. I think a win here. We have our AD goal being number 15 or above at any point during the season. We could get 15 if we can beat Indiana at home. Come on, boys. Bring out the oars. Bring out the paddles. Row the boats. We know how good we can play against big-time teams. We saw it last year. We have the same quarterback. Well, our quarterback is the question mark right here. This quarterback was able to find ways to win last year when the moments and the lights were brightest. Can we do it? We get a lead over Indiana. Defense showing up, holding them to only field goals, which is a win. Oh, we had to settle for a field goal. I should have hopped in. I think I'm going to hop in here at some point. I'm fine. I don't want to lose all 3 of my games in the sim to our 3 biggest opponents. I think we might be able to believably steal one here because I think we also saw last year that this team can have brain farts and hiccups against not great teams. I think it's naive to assume that we're going to get through that stretch of unranked opponents. Oh my God, right bump. Come on. The downside of doing live comps and trying to have a thought while you're also trying to play the most difficult football game that exists on the market. Come on, right bumper, right bumper. Fuck! I gotta stop hopping in. Every time I hop in, bad things happen. I still got time to save the day. We still got time to save the day. Come on. Come on. Midfield. We have the opportunity. Game-winning drive right here. So I'm gonna try my best to do. But also, I'm gonna throw suicide balls that up everybody's wear and tear. Oh my God, I gotta lock in, dude. I've been business meeting C4 all morning. Gotta lock into slightly above average gameplay C4. I was close to a green catch, too. That would have been a ridiculous green catch. Need a first down, man. I haven't got a first down yet. T, come on. Elite dev wide receiver. There we go. Hey, right here. Boom. Of course, threw up behind the receiver, but we're good. First down into Hoosier territory. We got the clock going, too. We want to ensure that this is the final drive. Leave them with as little time as possible. Alrighty then. Saw my guy win right out the line. This game is... Oh, we got the ball back! I got a chance! How many lives are they going to give us? This is a game of throwing with anticipation. Throw it where the guy's going to be. And I was like, all right, can we just... Yeah, no, it's... Whatever. Come on, come on. Ah! Try it again. Come on, man. We got every bit. What do you have, 90 throw power? Let's see it. Let's see some flames come off this. Oh, actually, we maybe can go to X here. There we go. Stops, first down. First down makes it stop. 3 picks, Lindsey. Okay, that wasn't all me. Our quarterback's having a nightmare. Not all C4. Mostly me. Not all me. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's, I mean, we're not a team that's built to do this. We don't have. Even Camario Taylor has the athleticism to scramble, but he doesn't have any better throw power. We don't have any pure speed, cheese, deep threat guy. Like, look, that's as far as I can chuck it. That's as far, and I can't even get the end zone right now. So, like, we need, like, we need something that's more of a yak play. We get the ball in someone's hands and make guys miss. We just don't have the arm. We're giving everything we got. Fuck me, man. Come on! 12 people said that C4 we want more gameplay. You sure about that? You sure about that? That's what you want? I'm all-world, all-Heisman rebuilder. You get me on the sticks. You know, no comment. 4-3, still ranked. Tell you what, though. Fuck this guy. What? I really gave you the highest NIL. And you want to go to team like walk on? You want to walk on to Mizzou? Then come to Minnesota with a full ride and your NIL demands being met? Unbelievable. Mount Carmel. Those guys, if you're from Mount Carmel, Illinois, up yours. We have one last ranked opponent on the schedule. We get 8-1 Washington at home, 16 versus 19. I have to hop in and do something here just to redeem myself for this season. I woke up. I got an energy drink has been cracked. I got to get at least 1 touchdown. I hope the sim does some lifting. I hope I'm not putting like we're losing and I constantly just get 3rd and 10. But I'm down to be an asset to this team here right now, this game. Final opponent that's ranked. I mean, we're probably with 3 losses. Already out of the Big 12 championship. But that does not mean that our target of least being 15th plus. I mean, we're 19 right now. Win here against Washington, we 100% would at least leapfrog them to get 15, you'd think. So we're all about trying to achieve as many AD goals as possible. I gotta lock in. Oh my God, no! Snap the ball! Snap it! This is a nightmare! What in the Chuck E. Cheese is our goddamn mascot? A gopher. I mean, it makes sense. You're the golden, you know what I'm saying? I take that back. I feel like the gopher could be a point of contention if you don't talk crap about the gopher. Come on, get 1 yard. Also, this Lindsey guy, dude, I mean, I've seen the suggestions, like AC4, rebuild Minnesota. So I do my homework on the roster. It's like Lindsey's like one of those guys right now. Like he could be a guy that has a good year and you get some NFL hype going on. There we go, get the first down. So like they might have a guy. Point being, for Minnesota here at quarterback. And here I am, coming off it. Maybe we were just spoiled with Oklahoma State. We did Oklahoma State rebuild last time. Go check it out. We had Drew Mestemaker, another name. NFL type name. Oh, we got him. Still look for that first down, baby. Still look. Here we go. This is my chance. Point being, we have Mestemaker and Dylan Raiola in that reel. 2 really NFL caliber quarterbacks. I thought Drake Lindsey was NFL caliber. Not seeing it, fellas. There we go. That's awareness right there. NFL caliber. That is honestly, he's gun shy. That is, we throw that to. We got to get an easy pass. A can't miss confidence building. There's 0 confidence. Anything that's like throw with anticipation, I feel like it's going to get picked. There we go. Let's go to the 6'9" tight end. There we go. A grab. I love it. 8 yards when we need 10. We're going to go for it on 4th down. We're going to go with a mesh. And I'm getting a goddamn game-tying touchdown here on this drive. I want to get this to Teague. That's our guy. That's our elite dev go-to playmaker. Or we just keep feeding the 6'9" machine. Come on, C4. Lock in, buddy. 3rd and 6 on the 14. catch! Oh, I didn't even greet it. Holy, let's go. That wakes you up. That puts... There we go. That's a confidence-building throw right there. Let's go. Oh, we just... 20 seconds. Oh, we have to get a touchdown to win. Okay, yeah. Another just great situation. Very favorable situation given to us by the sim here. Oh, and then they go from a press look where we might have had a chance to this game again. They're not Madden. I don't think we're going to get a lot of Dante Thornton opportunities, you know, in college football. This game is, reiterate, on any difficulty. I think the perfect thing is if this game goes like rookie, varsity, freshman, varsity, All-American, Heisman difficulty. Varsity, which would be the equivalent of pro difficulty. Oh my God. Are you kidding? Varsity, which is the equivalent of pro difficulty, in my opinion, varsity difficulty is the exact same as default All Madden. Like, that's the skill gap if I'm comparing the games. There we go. At least I think we got enough distance there that our quarterback has the arm to get the end zone. If we can, someone can get open. I'm gonna look at Teague. I mean, they're just prevent. We're gonna go max protect. Come on, give me a chance here, fellas, please. PI. PI! Put me on the 5! I think I know what we're running. I think I know what we can do. Oh, I forget his college rules. Shit! What? 5-yard penalty? I was going to C4. That was C4 special. All right, let's see Carter. Top of the screen. That safety's kind of slide inside. He dropped the deflection right in his... It's not a good day. It's not been a good gameplay day. It's not been it. Bad situations as well. Just taking the year, man. I'm taking it. I knew it was going to happen. I was like, oh, we should be able to beat the rest of these unranked opponents. Nope. Nope. We play down to our... We play up or down to our competition. At least this happened to the sim against Minnesota. 55-0. We just kind of let out all our frustrations. Drake Lindsey goes for 6 touchdowns. And when you see his season stats, you're going to go, where the hell has this been all year? For 80 expectations, we got 2 or 3. We were really, really close to being ranked in the top 15 at any point. Would have been nice. But look, there's no impact for us negative impact for not reaching that goal. We did beat Wisconsin, so we're going to get 1,200 NIL bucks to help the cause. And I mean, that's going to be a lot of ammunition to kind of bring this team up a level in the transfer portal if the players are there. We're going to the Cheez Bowl at the end of the season against Nebraska. We beat Nebraska in the regular season. I will say, like, I'm going to put more importance on winning this. I think finishing the season strong is important. So hopefully we can get a dub here. Statistically, as we go into the bowl game, 22 touchdowns to 8 picks for Drake Lindsey. I mean, it's not a bad year, but I do feel like sim quarterback completion percentage numbers are pretty low across the board for, like, talented players. Obviously, it shouldn't be the same, but... you know, is that looking like a guy that's probably going to the NFL? Probably not. Is that looking like a guy that's likely headed to the transfer portal? Likely. Running the ball, Ford was solid. Didn't get the 1,000 yards. Didn't really have the production that we had at Darius Taylor a year ago, but not terrible. Receiving, Jalen Smith was our leading receiver. Connor Teague is a freshman, 679 yards, 5 touchdowns. I'm interested to see if he gets some freshman All-American nods. I think Abel might have a shot as a true freshman tight end, almost 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. I'll double check on that for the end of the season. Defensively, though, again, pass rush is important. 11.5 sacks for Jackson Howard, the senior. 9.5 sacks, 14 TFLs for the transfer. We got Christian Gass. So we have a great scheme that the better the D end, the better production we're going to get out of them, and we just impossible to replace what we lost from last year. Come on, Coach Fleck, get these boys ready. Screw Matt Rule. Screw Nebraska. Screw Will Compton. Moment to be played here. Up 7-3, low-scoring first half, not missing much. I do not like this quarterback. Something about him. Something about this guy says not C4's quarterback. And given the fact that I, coming off Oklahoma State rebuild, Dylan Raiola, very much my quarterback. He also had 97 throw power. That's a good little grab, a nice little slant. 94 yards for Drake Lindsey in the sim. Just settling for field goals. Oh, we need a game changer, man. We need someone that's a pro. Drake Lindsey is not a program elevator, in my opinion, in this game. And between him and Camario Taylor, we got like 400 NIL to 2 quarterbacks. We gotta shift that room around a little bit. Get some fun, reallocate funds, you know. I love that. Third down, just getting 4 yards because there's just nothing there. Take the easy kick. But we got a lead. Oh, game-winning drive. I think. Fuck, man. I gotta. Oh, they. More gameplay, C4. Yeah, you fucking. Here you go. God damn it, man. I'll lock in for next year. Again, it's just a quarterback. This quarterback's not my quarterback. Not for me. Not for me getting gameplay. I'll go find someone in the portal. That will help me. Help me, help them, help me. All right. This could be very nice. We're all gonna do this together. Yeah, goodbye to your NIL. Best of luck somewhere else, buddy. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of times when it comes to this, I'm like, I gotta keep everybody. I'm not like, I like the running back. I think Xavier Ford can continue to develop nicely for us, so I'm gonna go up to 120 on him. I'll increase Jalen Smith, but like not a crazy amount. I think this is just a great opportunity to flip some of the dead weight on our roster, and I want, in turn, as much funds as I can to flip this team in the transfer portal. This is what this needs. All right, so take a look. Lindsey's going to the NFL. Good for him. I mean, I'll take that. That helps. Come on, Ford. Let's go. So we get everybody that had a chance, that was at least teetering about leaving or coming back. We got them to come back. In terms of what we're losing, not really anything too crazy. Like, Warren has a start at, but, like, I'm already going with a true freshman at tackle that we already brought in. But look at that. Lindsey going to the NFL, round 6. That's a generous round. We have Colton Ferris, who we got in the portal from App State, going to the 5th round. Lindsey goes 4th round. And Kerry Brown, our highest rated defensive player, goes in the 3rd. 2,600 NIL bucks at our disposal. Ladies and gentlemen. What do you mean Jemerson's reopened his... Is he the only guy we lost? Oh, we only lost our local quarterback? The hell is going on here? We're not even in his... What? No! You signed! What an asshole. Going into the transfer portal, we're going to look at a couple big dogs. We got Aaron Flowers, who we've stolen away from Oregon before. We got Clayton, Kyle Johnson, Spillman, Delorier, probably one of the best, most hyped Canadian players I've seen of it. He was viral. He just looks like a goddamn pro wrestler. Really affordable. He's one of those guys. He's gonna be one of those 3-stars that's gonna be way better than like what you think a 3-star would be. We're gonna go try and swing for the fences on a couple big time prospects. Kyler Johnson, a 4-star, top 50 player in the portal. We're top 3 schools. I figure why not go for it. I'm gonna try to swing here on a couple pass rushers. Lance Jackson hitting the portal from the Longhorns. Very interesting. I think a lot of these cases we just don't have the pipeline or budget probably to compete. But, we'll take a quick no so we can reallocate funds as we see fit here. Trying to kind of retool the offensive line, trying to grab some wide receivers. We had Gatlin Bear, oddly enough, in our Oklahoma State rebuild. He's literally like the fastest wide receiver in the game, so I'd love to try to bring him in. This is what I'm worried about. This is like a generated player. Ansu Sano, 38th player in the portal. He's an East-West playmaker. It's like, okay. 6'2", 245. What does that look like? If I had the budget to scout, I'd like, East-West playmaker means he's not going to be dirt slow. And then there's only like one quarterback that kind of has any interest in us, and I kind of want to reward that here in Ed Griffin. So I'm going to go and hit him with the max that I can. Send the house, max budget pretty much. I think this is the kind of guy I want, archetype that I want. Damn. I was actually kind of hoping the quarterback wouldn't commit, because if I had one more week, I'd be able to fully scout him to see what we're getting. But, I mean, he was really the only one. It was him and Mendoza's brother, Alberto Mendoza, were the only 4-star quarterbacks that had us within their top 2. We got a lottery ticket in Ed Griffin. No idea what he's good at. He's a pocket passer, so you can hope that he has like at least 90 throw power, but we get him signed on the dotted line. I'm happy because TC was right behind us, and he's a Texas kid. And let's see if we can kind of finish out the rest of this class. Man, he committed early. That's what we need, a good old Canadian boy with the green dot on his helmet. Ooh, that's a motion signing right there. Lance Jackson, he might be like our highest rated player next year. Much like our quarterback, just blind getting the 234-pound East-West playmaker. I don't know what I'm getting here. Hopefully we hit the lottery on both. A nice get here late on the final processing period, or whatever the hell you want to call it, for transport. We steal away Carter Lowe from Ohio State. We get our speedster. Go on for the class. We go 15th, and we have, yeah, man, you know what? Texas is right there. They spent just as much as us, but they're Texas, we're Minnesota. And it's not like it's the flex that we think it is, that we spent double the budget of Tennessee, Indiana, you know, way more than that over what. But they're number 2. They have a little bit more weight with their actual name value. BYU's the number 1 team in the nation. That's also worth noting. But we spent a lot. I think we spent it well. All right, so taking a look. Let's look at our class. Let's see what we got. So for our high school recruits, we got J.D. Felix, 44th elite dev trait for J.D. Felix. The only thing I talked about was like, we got a gem. He's 44th in the nation, so that's like, he's pretty much a 5-star. You know, you're right there. Elite dev on J.D. Felix. Impact on Junior. Star dev on Durham. Wanham. These are some of like the Minnesota guys, so like we weren't chasing him. Larry Orlando came with a star dev. Normal on Blades, the running back. Hogue comes with a star dev. Traore with an elite dev. Marco Traore from Palos Heights, Illinois. All right, that's money well spent. Impact on the punter. Now looking at our transporter, we got star dev on Clayton. Delorier impact. Kyler Johnson to star dev at D tackle. Star dev on Watford. Lance Jackson, I think he's going to be the highest rated player, only an impact dev. Impact on Cortez. Impact on Lowe. Hampton's normal. Gatlin Bear is star. Now, here are the 2 mysteries. This is already a very, very good class. Like, usually I'm happy if I can get a handful of star devs. The fact that we got 2 elites, Marco Traore, 6'5", 337 nose tackle, and we got one up here on Felix, who, like, he signed early. At no point was I sweating J.D. Felix. I did not know what we had there. I'm going to be honest, I looked at the stats, I was like, you know, he's solid. This is a solid power rusher. He's a power rusher with 86 speed, like pretty good acceleration, big-time hit power. As far as I can tell, man, I get a check in Louise. I don't think there's like your tells of what a player's dev trait. If they were, I'd probably share it, be honest. Unlike, you know, Madden, where we found out how you can find what players had good dev traits. I don't know what it is. We got a good lock. We got a couple normals that we overpaid for, though. I'm going to be completely honest. I think that like those break even. 100+ NIL on normal dev trait players versus landing star and elite devs. Like for every normal, you got you counteract the two. They cancel each other out. Because I do not love paying $130 for a normal dev wide receiver just because, you know, we had a really high starting interest. All right, here we go. We don't know the attributes, but on Sano, normal dev, god damn it. And Griffin, impact dev. Let's get into camp. Let's see what their attributes are. But, all right, couple elites, couple stars. Sucks we didn't get one of those roles on our quarterback. All right, now we can see the stat. Look at that Sano. He's 84 rated. Normal dev sucks. Skill caps are, I mean, we got 88 speed, 90 acceleration at 6'2", 245. So I'm going to be honest, a lot of that points are going to go there. We could still, I mean, the skill caps aren't too bad. Not like necessarily elite. We can't really pad. I like to have like high IQ because that's an easy way to kind of pad your overall a little bit later on. But he looks pretty good. The reason why I bring it up is I don't know what we do with Camario Taylor. Before I show you the quarterback, the other quarterback we just landed. Because Taylor, I mean, we can move him to running back if we really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has great attributes, similar build too, like 6'4", 233. I think he has more value as a backup quarterback and option. Look at the QB we got. Ed Griffin. Former 4-star, impact dev, redshirt freshman pocket passer with a howitzer. 97 throw power, maxed out skill cap. Don't love the fact that we can only go 2 more points on accuracy. Like, his highest overall, yeah, he's going to cap out probably like low 80s. So for that, you know, we got the arm that we were looking for, but everything else on Ed Griffin. It's a fun quarterback. It's an interesting quarterback. It's a good get for us, especially for like a blind pick. But I'd rather just. I was kind of hoping the running back and quarterback here were going to be like the stars that battle the ball of the class. Let's just more focus on that. I got 2 freaking elite dev guys from high school. I'd be like, money well spent. Hampton's an 86. Bears 86. We got a lot of money at wide receiver. Like, again, I didn't want to go too crazy because obviously I'm hoping after training camp, like Teague, who has the dev trait, and Harper, like the star and elite dev trait guys, are going to kind of pop off here a little bit. I'm also likely going to, you know, kind of send some of these guys away just to reallocate funds, if you will. But looking at guys that we were able to bring in here, we got Cortez Smith, 81 rated. We got Lowe on the offensive line, only 76. He's not even better than our homegrown guy, so that stings a little bit. Lance Jackson is an 85. Felix, our elite dev pass rusher, 74. And we also had another elite dev. I've been hitting on the edge rushers right here. So that's pretty cool, even though, I mean, there's only so many guys that can get on the field and play. Watford is a 79 rated. Kyler Johnson comes in 84 rated, like that. We got the linebacker, Spillman, 85. Deloria, 81. We'll probably shuffle those guys around a little bit just to give us the best combination. We got Clayton, 77 at corner. And going into the safety room, obviously, I think we missed on all our targets there, so that kind of stung a little bit. Excuse me. Elite dev trade increased for Jones, the linebacker. Starting will linebacker for us last season. Cool. Didn't expect that. So as I go through training camp, we have 2 big players. So we got a 1. Max Taylor, I literally could up his throw power by 1 with his points. But we have Ed Griffin coming in. Is he going, like, what kind of gap can we make here to see if he can make a push to be our starting quarterback? So we're going to max out his accuracy. I mean, really, it's going to be IQ. And IQ does obviously benefit quarterbacks. This is going to be enough. He's not going to be, I don't think, higher rated than Camario Taylor. 83 rated. Okay. It's at least, I get it. We just go to another year where it's a battle. 2 different styles of quarterback. It's so much money. I will say in hindsight, we haven't ran into an issue where like, oh my God, I spent too much money. We can't do something because I've spent so much money. But I definitely think this is the first rebuild we've done so far where like I probably got a little loosey-goosey with the NIL. Especially when you look at our wide receiver room. So much money paid to this room. But, I mean, look how good it is, too. We have unreal depth, and this is what I want to say for Connor Teague, our elite dev trait wide receiver. Look at the skill caps, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty dang good. Max, I can max. Here's already 99 speed. We could give him even more. I don't think that's where we're going to be able to best spend this, but pretty disgusting. Also, I will say while I'm going through it, because I want to show you guys the cool things. Semple, the elite dev guy that we got last year on the defensive end, might have the best skill caps I've seen so far from an edge rusher. We have no skill cap in power move, no skill cap in finesse move, only 1 skill cap in power as a whole. It's obviously super expensive. Only 1 skill cap for IQ, 4 for quickness and run stuffing. But like the fact you can max out power and finesse move, pretty disgusting. But for Teague, an insane trade camp. The only thing you expect. I mean, that's a realistic growth for a guy that as a true freshman was our most productive receiver in 88 rated wide receiver 1. Him and Bear, 299 speedsters. Potentially, if we go with Griffin at quarterback, 97 throw power quarterback. Now we're cooking. Now this team's being built in my vision. Yeah, this is the first time I think I've even had to put it. I'm going to have to, here and encourage transfers. We're going to have to just, yeah, we're going to get rid of some guys. We spent too much. We're now here, year 3 for the Golden Gophers. Much like last year, we start the season unranked. I feel like we're probably a decent start out the gates away from being ranked. So we got Nevada, Bowling Green, Cal, then into our first bye week. Like I think if we go 3-0, we'll probably have a ranking. And I'll optimistic at the opportunity to kind of get ahead a little bit here and see if we can kind of snowball a really strong start to the season. We don't have our updated goals just quite yet. The quarterback thing. I was excited to get Griffin, but the skill caps kind of scare me a little bit. Like, is he worth our investment knowing that, you know, he's not going to, like, 85 is probably his ceiling? Or do we think Camario Taylor gives us a better chance and then we just play the quarterback roulette again next year What's his deal breaker? Could be, it's playing time. So if he doesn't play this year, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like Taylor's the guy. As a senior, that's really my big dilemma. Everywhere else, I'm really happy. I think this is our strongest Minnesota team offensively yet by far. The offensive line is outstanding. The skill position players are great. Teague, 88 rated wide receiver, and Abel, two of the best freshmen returning. We get Sano, almost a 240-pound, like Derrick Henry build running back. We try to maybe get back to run the football a lot. And we did a lot of work on the defensive side of the ball in the transfer portal. We dropped a lot of bags. We get Delorier. We get Lance Jackson from Texas. I mean, that was very shocking that he became available to us. Johnson, the defensive line, too, 85 rated D tackle. I feel like despite the fact that we've lost both of our bowl games to start this rebuild, I think there's a chance. I mean, year 3 is a hot year for Dynasty rebuilds because it's like they've calculated that's the perfect amount of time to kind of start with like a 3-star school, and then you start being able to stack a good roster up with your NIL and all that stuff. So my expectations quite high in year 3. Quick look at our scouting board here. I was able to, again, it's not, it's one of those things like not cherry picking players. Very like #1 school for a quarterback. We don't have many of those. And we have Quinton Kamara, the 6'5" pocket passer, 97 throw power as well. Would be very excited to bring him in and see if he has a better dev trait, better skill caps than Griffin, who we just brought in. Then we just got a good mix of like 4 stars that had us as an interest. They all have pipelines for the most part. Kamara actually doesn't. From Colorado, I don't know. The buffs aren't even on there, so that's certainly interesting. We have Byler, who's a gem, but we're already his #1 school. We got Cockrell, we're #2 school. He is a gem. We have Mann. I just went to we might as well fully scout these guys. I don't think I want to go much. I might add like another target. Like 15 is kind of what I like to roll into. And I guess I want to see if we got any more gems. You always want to try to stack those. So, man, we got 2 gem pass rushers, both top 100 players. Wooden has a dev trait, dev trait? Has a gem, 95 speed, 96 acceleration. Very, very nice. We got a gem kick. I needed a kicker, and I was like, holy shit. 444 nationally for a kicker. That seems high. Maybe I just never really focus in. Like, that's all I did to find Tony Beck here. It's like, well, C4, how'd you find the gem kicker? There's so many kickers. How could you get the right one there? So I literally just went with the first kicker that was recommended. Sometimes that's all it takes. The expectations beat Wisconsin by 3. We don't really get any. We're at 100%. So I'm expecting a better year than last year's 7-6. 200 points, beat Wisconsin by a field goal. Win half of our road games for 200 points and sign at least 1 4-star recruit. Oh, slam dunk on those. That certainly helps you feel decent about naming a quarterback competition winner. Week 1, Camario Taylor. We'd like to welcome our first recruit set on Levi Byler, a 4-star gem tackle out of Texas. Always feels good getting a Texas or Florida guy. We have pipelines there, but usually we just get ahead of the pack early because I'm a big school catches on during those recruiting battles. We've lost over the last 2 years pretty much every time. Look, it's good so far. I kind of felt like if we got hot, we would get ranked. 4-0, we're ranked. Nebraska could be a trap game here. They're 2-2. I think we have a much better roster in this rivalry game. And before the tough stretch of the season, we get our big 4-star quarterback, Quinton Kamara from Colorado, with that howitzer 97 throw power. Case doesn't work out, that could be our guy. That could be the guy that brings us a national championship right there. We go into the Oregon game, still undefeated, 6-0, number 13 in the nation. And I'm telling you, man, we've got some pretty good play out of Camario Taylor. There was a minute there that he was in like the Heisman snapshot. It was only for 1 week, but 71% completion percentage is really high in my experience based off of saying, like, usually even like really good quarterbacks are around 60. 71, 11 touchdowns, 5 picks. We do got some good scrambling abilities. Well, another 6 touchdowns there. Ford and Sano, our rushing attack has been on point. Gatlin Bear has hit the ground running. Him and Teague. We got a lot of speed to this offense, which I feel good about. And from a defensive side, maybe not the sack numbers we've seen in years past, which is kind of weird considering our talent's probably not. It's definitely not as good as it was year 1. But Lance Jackson's a big-time player. I'd like to see him maybe get hot on the backstretch of the season. Now, to be honest, coming to this one, This is another nighttime recording. I don't even know. This is my fourth day working on this rebuild. It's another nighttime one. Hoots were had, and we were having a hoot. Maybe that's what I need. It actually will be hilarious. The struggling gameplay we had in year 2, that was like right in the middle of the afternoon. Like, you know, nothing going on. Now, we're going to see if levels have been reached, and it would be hilarious if suddenly I'm just, you know, third eye has been awoken, and I'm going to start slinging this damn thing. But right now, the San Camario Taylor, I don't think they need me coming in and messing him up right now. We are up to a 21-10 lead over Oregon going into the second half. Oregon does get a very quick touchdown. I think maybe now we come in. And I think a big change, too, is with Camario Taylor, we now have a true dual threat at quarterback, which I'm always partial to dual threat quarterbacks. These quarterbacks that offer great throw on the run. Let's see if we can, come on, we have almost 250-pound machine in the backfield. That's we gotta find. Also, you know what? We need to find our identity. I think of Minnesota football. I think of like a team that can run the football. And that's how you can beat up on prima donna teams like Oregon. You just smash them right in the goddamn face. Look at this performance. What were we doing? If we had Camario Taylor on the roster last year, didn't let him snip the field because of Drake Lindsey. And here he comes with the biggest, I mean, I feel like I'm underselling this. 4 touchdowns. The completion percentage doesn't even make sense. And we just took down the #1 team in the nation in the Oregon Ducks. Holy, man. I'm telling you, man, year 3 in these rebuilds, that's just, there's got to be something to it. Some sort of analytics that could be had to be like, well, on average, year 3 is when, you know, all these different metrics start to crash and then you're going to start to see progress with your program. But 7-0, defeating the #1 seed on the back of an outstanding performance from Camario Taylor. I mean, we brought him even, you know, even with the turnovers. Completion percent, he was efficient despite that. 2 touchdowns, he's a big opponent. Ran the football for 138. It's just, you know, we ran all over the Ducks. If you thought it got any easier, now we got #3 Ohio State. I think they undersold us. Like, I mean, it wasn't a one-sided ass-kicking, but we took it to, at no point after, like, the first quarter, where did we let up against Oregon. So I'd say, like, we had that game in control. Only going up to #8 feels a little disrespectful for knocking off the #1 team. But we have a chance to go. Just, is it our year? I think if we could beat mostly Sim anyways, Oregon and Ohio State in the regular season, we could beat any team in the playoffs if we can get there. It is kind of funny right now. This is a big one. It's on the road. I mean, the environment, it's going to be interesting how Camario Taylor handles it, but it is kind of funny, like, with how I'm playing in this game right now. It's like, all right, C4, the only way to keep it realistic is you have to hop in, because that's where your team's most likely going to mess up to kind of break even. I mean, our defense is doing all right because our offense has not made it across midfield. But there we go. Got a nice little touchdown, a little bit of momentum to end the first half. But, I mean, it's just, you're not going to just shut down Ohio State. Like, we had to build up a lead during our defense giving us a shot in that first half. I mean, we can come in. Don't hold this against my terrible gameplay because I'm coming in on 4th and 13. Down 31. But I just want to see if we can make something here. Again, 1 loss, we're fine. All right, well, I mean, just, if any one play got nerfed in this game, it's just shot play. It just is what it is. So unfortunate. That's tend to be a play that we run all the time. But there we go. Humble reminder. We know we're good. We know we can show up and play like we did against Oregon. We just, you know, that's very tough to ask our team right now without a for sure dynasty altering quarterback, like a guy that we could just trust regardless. Like, I was worried immediately. He's like, all right, we're on the road this time. Could be tricky, especially Taylor is turnover prone. But I think we'll dust ourselves off. It's only first loss of the year. I don't think we've any, as it stands right now, I don't think we have any ranked opponents on the remaining schedule. So I think big baby steps. Let's just keep on keeping on and get into the Big 12 championship. So in terms of, like, who do we got remaining? We got Michigan State 3-6, UCLA 4-4, Maryland 3-6. Big game against Wisconsin just for hitting the 80 expectations. But I mean, you'd like to think we could win out, finish as a 1-loss team. That we're going into the Wisconsin game. We won out. #3 team in the nation, 10-1. Only lost to Ohio State. The bummer is that when you take a look at the conference standings, the best teams in the country are all in the Big 12. Number 1 team is USC. Number 2 team is Ohio State. We don't play USC. So we might be the 3rd best team in the country, and we still won't play in our conference championship unless something happens this week between those 2 teams. We can only control what we control. 10-1 is better than I expected this year. But as soon as we beat in the sim Oregon, it's like, okay, I buy this team. I buy any record that this team, if you can go in the sim and beat Oregon like that, you can beat anybody. Like, if the sim if this world believes that we have got a team that can do that. And I say all that knowing that we have had, through 2 seasons prior, at least 1 trap game loss a year. Are we looking at 3-8 Wisconsin, 1-7 on the year as that trap game? Looks like it's going to be snowing. Oh boy, we got to hop in here. All right, so I actually didn't know if it was going to, like, I assume there's the dynamic weather, like could have it snow, so I just went with the brightest uniforms possible. The amount of times I get snow games where I'm either the team that's wearing light colors, or, I mean, obviously one team, if you don't modify it, will be wearing one, as we are losing pretty bad here. I just either throw picks, it's too hard to see, I don't like it, but I could not have queued this one up any better. We are due for 1 trap game loss that we have had every year. Didn't think it would happen when we still got time. Let's not think about that right now. We still got pretty much the whole second half here. A touchdown on this drive. We're right back in it. Yep, that's what I love it. Yep, shift everyone back in. Yep. Love it. That's what you need on the road. Okay, we're fine. Delay a game. That's just letting our guys get their legs ready. There we go. Oh. Okay. All right. Cool. We're fine. Here we go, red zone. I literally don't think I've got a fucking touchdown all day. Oh, man. You know what? That's this game's fault. Because it's all just like a giant... Woo! How fast is that linebacker? It's because this guy wait for the title update. I haven't really been, like, wanting to sink my teeth into a good dynasty where I, like, learn. You know, I put in the hours. Title update, I think, is coming out today. For you guys to see this, I don't know. This is midnight on Thursday morning, I guess it would be. God, I started this rebuild on Monday. It is Thursday morning. Oh, college football, come on. And I still haven't got a touchdown. It has been a week, technically, that I have worked 0 touchdown. Okay, right here. We're going to Teague. Teague, or we're going to tuck and run it. Okay, no, 4th down, we're going for it. Okay, come on. We have a 234-pound running back run someone over. There we go. No one wanted that. All right, we got a chance. Finally, a touchdown. Oh, that felt nice. Oh, actually, we don't have a chance. Defense just gives up 13 straight points. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yep. Yep, I mean, just no one open there. Need the running. I was looking at the running back. There was space. The running back just kept running. Oh, well, you know, I knew it. This was going to be a trap game, rivalry game, dog shit Wisconsin record. Perfect chance to spoil our season. We're not anywhere near the discussion of a top 3 team in the country. I definitely think we are, like, capable of being a playoff team. How far we're going to fucking plummet here, though. We don't have a Big 12 championship. Helping, you know, kind of regain some momentum, too. We could follow the goddamn playoffs. That would suck. And I'm on PC. I have to wait till these things so I can fucking get out of the goddamn thing with my mouse. As of now, we've fallen to number 9. We actually improved position. Okay. You know, yeah. I mean, we beat Oregon. Give me in the playoff. One shit loss. we'll be fine. We're going to get back to playing like the team that beat Oregon. All right, so how do we line up against the Hurricanes? I feel like we don't really belong in the playoffs, to be honest with you. But, okay, they average better than us in everything offensively. Surely we have the advantage defense. We do by 1 point. We average about 40 yards less, so, like, okay. We'll see if the Minnesota defense can be the deciding factor here. And we're home. I'd like to say win, lose, or draw. Within 3 seasons of taking over the Golden Gophers, we have them hosting a college football playoff game, regardless of this result. But we got to have faith in the defense. We got to have faith in Camario Taylor. Both those things, if they can play at a decent level, if I can lock in. This is now day 5 of recording this. I'm into a new day. We actually had the hyped, anticipated, needed College Football 27 title update. Just updated before I load it back in this. And I'm going to guess... Oh, my God. Just snapped. I hate whatever this play is, dude. I hate motion plays. Because, like, unless I am an absolute idiot, which I'm very open that could be a possibility. It happened with me in Florida. I cannot tell what plays have, like, designed pre-snap motion and what ones don't. Like, there has to be an indicator. Let's go Camario Taylor. This is where we have the advantage. We thought about moving him to wide receiver. We thought about moving him to running back a year ago. Put the ball in his hands, and he is giving us a chance against the U. Going into halftime, tied at 14. I don't know. Does Miami have the linebackers to deal with a 235-pound, 90-some acceleration running back? Maybe. Maybe they do. We'll keep moving these chains. We'll keep coming in on these third downs. 3rd and 7. We'll go spot quads. Now, we got to complete a pass. I literally can't remember the last time I completed a pass in this. So I'm going to have T go slant. I'm going to look for Bear. I'm going to look. We have a lot of great options here. As well as, obviously, a bailout scramble with the quarterback. Oh, we got Y. Come on. Come on, Y. Keep running. Why did he slow down? Why did the slant? He has... I want to be positive and say that was the DB jamming and slowing him up there. I don't want to have my 99 speed guy just saying like, oh yeah, he just tanked his own. He just slowed down on a slant route before he worked his way to the other hash. I'm gonna say that is kudos to a highly rated Hurricanes defensive back that slowed him down on that rebel. We need something here. We need to score. We need to score like 0 touchdowns for Camario Taylor in this one. 21-28, end of game drive. 2:12 remaining. First college football playoff game for the Golden Gophers. Year 3 of a dynasty turnaround. We got one-on-one. Gatlin Bear, the fastest wide receiver in the game. We don't have much of a house. Oh my God, he won. Like right, I don't know. He's gonna have to go with the safety. Double coverage. Oh, I will say, yes, they've nerfed. It does feel like a lot of quarterbacks have noodle arms in this year's game. But I will say it feels like they're calling more like pass interference calls. Like, you know, the classic. How are they calling a PI on an underthrown pass like that? Here we go. Get your blocks. Try to be patient. Let's just get the first down. Keep the clock going. I do feel like I'm getting more pass interference calls this year than I am in any other year previous. So, like, I guess there's, like, it offsets, I guess, in a way. It's like, all right, my quarterback may struggle to throw the football, you know, beyond 40 yards. We got a lot of small hand quarterbacks. You know? That's a thing. I mean, we're 4 down territory here. I'd love to get a touchdown. All the horrific play that you've seen here today in this rebuild, I think if I could come in and at least force this to overtime against Miami, I'm going to feel pretty decent about it. 4th and 1. We're going to go for, I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to tuck it from the quarterback here. I think that's our best player, most reliable play. I'd love to get this to Smith. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Sano on a Texas route. Let's go. Let's go! Clock's still running. We're fine. We're fine. This needs to be last. Honestly, do we go for... We're at home. This feels like you go for 2 and try to win it. We're locked up on that one. Still got a timeout so we can work the middle of the field. Get out of bounds there. Come on, man. Someone just win early. I want someone to win early. Right bumper, middle of the field. Yes! Dot! Yes! Oh, what do we do? I think we go for 2. I think we try to... I think we go for 2. The coach wants to go. I think I'd be livid if the coach went for 2 and I simmed it and we missed it. Or we got it. Like, let's earn this ourselves. We've already beaten and showed we're capable of beating the #1 team in the nation. We have Hampton, almost a 90 rated wide receiver on motion. I want the tight end to run that. I want as many safety net options as we possibly can. All while maybe keeping QB scramble. And we just get fucking demolished. Good. Wasn't even in any, like, there had to be a run. If any pass play was getting dominated there. Oh, fuck me, man. I mean, we weren't going to win this year anyway, but this game is so fucking hard. I'm going to say it. I think this game, the skill cap in this game, in general, this game is so heavy. Like, here's going to just be my counterpoint right now. I think this is a game that do you guys watch, like, pros play? When pros play, they're literally, like doing 80 things before they snap the ball. And this is a game that you kind of need to do that. And I think there needs to be an option to make all that shit, like, somewhat, I'm not going to say spoon feed all the adjustments, you know what I'm saying? But, like, enough that, you know, your team doesn't suck ass all the time. That's my rant right there. Very coherent rant, very thought out rant. At the end of the season, Camario Taylor leaves as a senior, 3,300 yards, 23 touchdowns to 12 picks, a 68% completion percentage, which is like the highest I've seen so far in the sim. Sano, first year as a sophomore, 6'2", almost 2. Like, I do love the fact that this game the players get heavier. I think that's something that should also kind of work in Madden, but like, that's a good start there. Camario Taylor, 9 touchdowns. So he went over 30 on the year, which is good. 12 touchdowns. Ford and Sano, kind of a nice 1-2 punch. Ain't no problem with that. No 1,000-yard receiver. Gatlin Bear was solid. We got Teague, who got hit. Like, what do you mean proximity to home? That was not your deal breaker. Why are we switching to that fucking deal breaker? Defensively, pass rush, kind of figured it out. Reston Lehman with 12.5 sacks, 11 from Lance Jackson as a one-and-done player. Traore, our elite dev true freshman, not a bad season. Kind of like our nose tackle, 36 tackles, 7 TFLs, 5 sacks. Ain't too mad at that. INT numbers aren't too bad either. Now, what do we have for the NIL? Worth noting, Kansas State made the college football playoff final, so I mean, we're not too far away. You know, start of this game, Minnesota, Kansas State are more adjacent than they are not. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, like, this is like, people, when you're doing like a smaller school rebuild, like, this is terrifying. I think with where I'm at right now as a program, this is, you know, a great way to trim the fat. I'd like to keep a lot of these guys. We got to prioritize. I hate seeing any of my dev trait guys go, but like some of these I'm gonna have to hope and go in the RNG that they're not gonna transfer. Forwards and like these guys, like anyone that's like replaceable, but I'd like to keep. I really can't overpay. Like, I do like Harper. Like, if I come to 200, does he stay? Like, look, I'll give him expected NIL, see if that does anything. Now, Sano, I don't know why you're getting hit with playing time. You are RB1. But we'll go up to 210. Gatlin Bears, our wide receiver 1. We'll go up to 180. Hampton was, I mean, he didn't, what's his skill caps? Can't look at skill caps here. Well, like, another thing I don't like about this game, not just to go on a complaint rant. Like, sometimes when you do this where you can, like, toggle, they show the skill caps. So, like, I feel like this is a very important time to see the skill caps of your players. I don't know why it's disabled in this menu in particular. Like, why would I give 2 shits about his post-practice? I mean, I get it. I actually should, because you can see their career health. But I don't know. I feel like, would it hurt having an extra info tab here of whatever? Teague is what we need to keep. He's not going anywhere. I'm going to, Jesus Christ. We'll go to 305. Colabody's our best corner. We'll go up to 150. And I think with T going that high, we're going to have to let, like, Hampton walk. I think we can save some money there. Oh, NIL. All right, so looking at outgoings, I mean, not a terrible roll at all. Like, we have a couple persuasions. I'd like to keep Ford. No, that sinks. I'd like to keep Harper. Star Dev Speedster. He's just not as good as the other players. Proximity to home is also a complete bullshit. Like, that, how does that deal break? Like, is that, like, dynamic deal breaker? We're like, there's no way that was his deal breaker when I brought him in. Because, yeah. That's just awesome. Players getting homesick, I guess. Does happen. You know, I like at least when I can talk my way through my complaints. Like, okay, I can a player after a year and be like, actually, I don't want to. You know, that definitely happens in real life. Super annoying that it did. And Colabody is going to the NFL. Projected second round. Again, I would very much appreciate on that NIL player leaving management to get the pro draft reasoning. That'd be nice. Don't know why they don't tell you that. But I like the pipeline that we're getting. Like homegrown, Nathan Roy, 7th rounder. Itedi, 7th rounder. Camario Taylor goes in the 6th round. Kolabali, 2nd round. Spillman, 2nd round. Jackson, 1st. Couple homegrowns, mostly transfer portal guys, but, you know, they're Golden Gophers. They're going to say during the NFL pregame player introductions, Golden Gophers. Alrighty, what do we have in the portal? Oh, we got a 5-star, Shane Shackelford. I mean, we're 10th. We also have Willie Hill. So these are all now, like, you know, generated players. What do we have at quarterback? Like, I feel like I want to swing again another quarterback here. I want all quarterbacks. Top, is there any 5-stars? Oh, I can't get him. Tatupu, Craig Jones, Lapuho. But we have Duckworth. We have Fett. A couple interesting names there for sure. Okay. Before we go to the transport, I've got to highlight our high school class. This, I mean, I want to take credit. I want to be like, I think I could get a goddamn million-view Dynasty video if I said, guys, here's how you can find elite dev players. Because we got Drango, our highest rated recruit, 72 in the nation, elite dev trade. Right? We got, and we got a couple wet farts. Like, you know, anytime you get a gem impact dev, I don't love that. Anytime I pay almost 100 NL for a normal dev, I don't like that. So, like, we got a couple, like, ugh. But we also daved out here Levi Byler, elite dev, 4-star tackle. We also have elite dev Raheem Strong. I didn't even know he was a gem. And I wish, like, there was something I could say to say, guys, I'm starting to notice some tendencies. I'm sorry. Like, every player that I signed was spoon-fed to me when I started this season. Like, all these guys were, like, top 5. Minnesota was in their top 5 schools. And or they had a really strong pipeline. Because, like, all the players that aren't even a part of our pipeline, Drango, Cockrell, Westbrooks, we have Kamara, the quarterback. We were his #1 team, and he's not, you know, Colorado. That has nothing to do with Minnesota. So I do wish, in a way, I wasn't spoon-fed these players. I was like, guys, look, I found this, you know, I'm not even on his radar, but this guy's going to be a freak of nature, because then it's, like, actually impressive. Like, no, actually, I just kind of went with the suggested options, and it happened to be a lot. We got a couple dev traits here. But I think the information I'm actually going to take for this, going into our transfer portal, we have a decent budget here, but I think Quentin Kamara should be our quarterback. You know, it may, you know, maybe we can find a quarterback that might help us kind of win the rebuild in year 4 better than, like, a true freshman. But 97 throw power. I'm going to guess he doesn't have brutal accuracy, like skill caps. Has a star dev, so that's, you know, the second best dev trait you can get. I feel like that's going to be our guy. We've yet to have a rebuild yet where it's like homegrown guy. I've got generated players. I think it was at the Colorado rebuild that we got like a 5-star freshman quarterback that was actually insane. But, like, that's not homegrown. Kamara would be homegrown. I kind of want to do that. Even if it means, you know, we might have to go to year 5. We might have to have a couple years of Kamara in terms of development. So I think with how strong of a class that we had from the high school recruits, I think we swing for the fences. And if the trade sport doesn't go our way, I think we're going to be good. So I'm going Willie Hill. We're in this top 10. 5-star. We have Presley, 5-star. Shackelford, 5-star. Octavian, who looks like a Minnesota quarter, 5-star. Other players, just kind of making up some depth here. Positions of need that we were a little bit light on: quarterback, running back, guard, safety. But like it'd be pretty cool if we could at least sneak away one of these 5 stars. Even though my expectations, like I'm prepared to be let down, but we'll see. Okay, we lost one of the 5s, but we've gained ground on Octavian, bringing him into a visit this week. Shackelford and Hill, we're still in. Let's go. That's a top 30 player in the portal right there, Kenneth Moore. We're going to the final week of recruiting. I don't think we're going to get Octavian, the 5-star corner. We're number 2. I've done everything I can. A perfect pitch, perfect visit, A+ playing time, like the best possible deal breaker you could have on a player. We're just not Oklahoma. We have Shackelford, we're number 1. I think we'll get him. I feel pretty confident we'll get at least one of these. And unfortunately, on Willie Hill, we just never had the pipeline. I'll max out this budget just to see if that gives us any chance. But I'll be honest, 1 5-star I'll be happy with. 1 5-star is what we get. Shane Shackelford from Utah. Come on down. Damn. I mean, one of 4 certainly stinks. But pipelines are king. And we knew it was never likely. I would have liked to get half. 50% would have been nice. But hey, we got dev traits from our elite dev players. We got a new shiny freshman quarterback. That could be the answer. A lot to be happy about from this season, going into year 4. At National Signing Day, we're right in the mix yet again. I'm proud of us. We didn't spend as much money as we had to the last 2 seasons, and we still got a lot of quality players. Do want to see now, just out of curiosity, we still have the 2 5s that I didn't get. What did we miss? Willie Hill. Normal dev freshman. Okay, get impact on Shackelford. We missed out on impact. I mean, these aren't the worst players I've ever seen. We got Kate. We got normal, impact. So, our dev traits. Kenneth Moore, star dev wide receiver. 26 in the nation. Happy with that. I really do think, we got the elites. As a whole, this class, very good. Even if our high school recruits are kind of dominating in terms of impact than our transfer portal gets. It's got to be intertwined. It's got to be a nice harmony. We can't have one be really good. We need both feeding systems to work for this Minnesota team to become a powerhouse. It can't just be we just do everything in the transfer portal or vice versa. Again, not all good. Not everything that looks good on the recruiting recap. Get Kenneth Moore. Thought he was going to be absolute stud. Now within context, landing an 84 rated receiver from Minnesota is not bad, but just terrible skill caps. Thank God elusiveness is, one of the best way. Like, do I make this guy a freaking running back? Kind of feel like that might need to be the play here. Kenneth, what is he, 5'11"? 5'10", 175. 92 speed. Is he a junior? We might have a superstar running back on our hands. Okay, we started on Bear, who we got last year. It's like, oh yeah, all his skill caps were pretty much max, and obviously super cheesy player, but it's like, okay, just great. Can't really do anything here with this guy. Up his power, I guess. And we broke the bank 4 to keep. We gotta chase the highest rating. Yes, we can max out this. I want to chase rating. And the chase rating. Come on, I think we can get him 94. Come on. 93. Ah, close. Then we go to Ed Griffin, who's going to be our highest rated quarterback, but is he going to be the best quarterback that we could put out there? We will see. We might as well. At this point, the points are going to be best spent on physicals because 84. I mean, can elusiveness? I would be shocked if at any point his base rating goes up as we upgrade this. But I mean, you might as well spend your points. I still think we're going with the freshman. I think that needs to be the play. And I think getting 260 NIL back by letting him transfer somewhere else, I think we got to do that as well. Some nice information to digest right away. We get preseason rated number 5. It's going to be on us to earn it. I've actually yet to look at the schedule. Let's see it here together live. We got Virginia, FCS. Ooh. Okay, so we still have that juggernaut 2 weeks. But I'm going to be honest. That ain't a bad schedule. I love seeing Connor Teague, the man who we just broke our NIL structure for to retain. The homegrown elite dev wide receiver is a preseason All-American. That's like national. That's like best of the best. That's not even in conference play. Did we have any second team? Oh, yes, we do. Center Cortez Smith, who I think we stole from Georgia in the portal. Very nice. Before we go any further, this is the one thing. We are committing to Quentin Kamara as the guy. He is going to be the guy. We got a great deal breaker that we shouldn't have to worry about, right? Proximity home won't change if that's his deal breaker. Star Dev, I've yet to see his skill caps. This is a live reaction. If it sucks, I mean, the other quarter, Griffin we let walk. They're very similar. Griffin just had bad skill caps. Like, the only difference would be, you know, he had about a 10 overall point difference, which I'm willing to take the growing pains of playing him right away if I know that, like, this year is always going to be a toss-up whether or not we can win it. But next year, which quarterback would be the better next year after a huge offseason? Kamara have good depth traits. Oh! Oh! We got no for IQ, max power, max accuracy on a 4-star star. This is not an elite dev quarterback. Holy shit. This might be the first time that I'll say I'll be happy. I'll be totally fine if I have to lose another day on this not being uploaded to YouTube if it gives us the chance to kind of max this kid out. What a freaking talent. We've yet to have a homegrown quarterback in any of our Dynasty rebuilds lead us to a national championship. This guy has the skill caps to do it. Just kind of start my recruiting board here. Very flattering to have 4 5-star quarterbacks going kind of like what Minnesota's doing. That's cool. All right, so starting our recruiting board again, I think now, usually around this time of the rebuild, I'm like, all right, let's just go light in the class because I'm expecting to go win a national championship with a true freshman quarterback. This is kind of like, I'm going to whittle this list down. I'm just looking at 4 stars and 5 stars that either have interest or pipeline, and hopefully we can find a couple gems. Let's actually just keep it here alive. Look at this guy. Keymore. Dual threat quarterback, 5-star. Where he's number 5 school, number 12 in the nation. What do you... Oh, my God. Get the fuck off my list. Needed a couple tight ends. We got a good wide receiver here in Kurds. 97 speed. I'm all right with that. 8-2 deep route running. 6 feet tall. But then I need a tight end. I just got one from Minnesota. Knew it wasn't going to be great. Look at this athlete. Now, he's an athlete, but he's classified as a tight end. 90 speed. I haven't seen a tight end that big, that fast yet. I want him. Yes, I know he's a 5-star. Where's number 3 team? I want this man. And he's from Kansas. So, like, who are we? No other. I want him. Got a nice gem line back here. Sergio Crispin. I do need to use. There's a mod tool that kind of like. I haven't showcased it yet, but there's like a mod tool that like gives people like real names, like real actual names. I'm probably going to use that going forward. Ooh, 5-star gem. Louis West. Number 5 player of the nation. Where's number 2 school? 6'2", 226. Looks like he could play any position he wanted. I want him. All right, we got our list thinned down. I got 14. We got Mendoza, a gem free safety. We got Pounds, a gem corner. Don't have specific pipelines there. We're just, we're rated for Pounds 8th. So hopefully that gives us a decent starting. Honestly, I probably want to thin this down. I mean, that's an Alabama corner. Is Alabama in the mix? They're actually not, but Miami's out to a hot start. So I don't really want to go after 2. But I'll tell you right now, West and Barnes. Those are the 2. I will probably max my, because look at my NIL budget. NIL budget, we are cooking here with Minnesota. The boosters are expecting a national championship within the window of this new quarterback that we just brought in. I'm gonna break the bank on both these guys. We got our goals. Last year, we didn't do too bad. We went 2 or 3 on our goals last year. Could have went 3 or 3. We lost to Wisconsin. So this year we have to make the national championship. Okay, so like there's the expectation that we are now a contender. Beat Wisconsin by 7 points. Finish the season with a career record win rate of 60%, where it's 61%. So, I think definitely the bottom 2 are doable this year. Would love to win the Natty with a freshman quarterback. But yeah, the game plan here, I'll just tell you right now, for Louis West, 50 hours. And I'm just going to hit him right away. I want to get out ahead because there's other schools that are lurking. We're going to have to just hit them fast, hit them quick to get ahead of Ohio State if we're going to have a chance. I think Barnes is, again, it just comes down to like who's willing to pay the most because there's no real strong pipelines that are linked. So we'll go full 220 on Barnes in 50 hours. I will say, too, like with a lower rated quarterback, some of these games, it's like, we had Camario Taylor. I'd be like, win, 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 should win, win, win. Like, undefeated for sure going into that Ohio State, Oregon. And, like, even after that, it's like, you know, that should be like a 2-loss team. And knowing that we could upset a team last year, like, we could, you know, maybe get out of that 1-1 in this tough game stretch. But with a 2 freshman quarterback, it's going to be interesting to see. Let's get a taste. Week 1 at Virginia on the road. How good is this kid? Like, I'm not even trying to sweat. I'm just like, let's get some cool highlights to tell the story. It's fucking impossible to throw the football like 10 yards downfield. Right here, boom. How about that? That's what we needed. Had a lot of fire on their ass. What a way. Introduce yourself to the college football world. You know what? Again, and I will say in this game, this is the most I say something that I'm so pissed off that I can logically. You know what? I'm a true freshman quarterback on the road in his first start. It should be difficult, regardless of context. It shouldn't be easy. I shouldn't be cutting through Virginia like a warm knife through butter. But I want more of that. Ooh, nice little. He can hit the slant. He can hit the shot play. Those are staples. My offense. Man, how many other teams can line their tight end up at wide receiver out wide and make plays like that? Kamara over 300 yards on the day. That's just a filthy air guitar by the Golden Gopher. Let's keep it here live. Hampton, maybe the running back. Man, I was going to throw it to Hampton. See, I just don't have that trust yet with my players that he'd be able to win a 50-50 like that. RPOs, man. That's another thing. When you're doing rebuilds like this, there's some playbooks. Like, I'm not an RPO guy. I'm definitely not an RPO guy when my quarterback has, like, no speed, but I am a run it with a 250-pound goddamn bricks. He's a bag of bricks. There we go. We're going to let the sim take over. Very efficient. Very, very impressed with the debut of the true freshman quarterback. Like, Virginia, not a bad team, not a cupcake team, not a contender by any means, but to start your career on the road with that type of performance has me very optimistic for the rest of this season, has me very optimistic that in-house, as long as we can continue to afford what is probably going to be an ongoing NIL increase process, we may have our national championship winning, maybe even a future Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. That is how high the ceiling is of Kamara. You motherfucker. Oh my God, playing style deal breaker. Oh my God. And I know it was against FCS, but I'll tell you right now, anytime a tight end is getting your tight end, your scheme can utilize a tight end the way that ours does, it's kind of cool. It's not always just like the slot wide receiver, stuff like that. We're getting some stellar performances, too. We beat the Spoilermakers, and Michael Clayton gets a Defensive Player of the Week honors. And our first potential trap game, with all due respect to Tulane. Undefeated. We're number 5 undefeated. We're at home, but this is absolutely the kind of game that we don't take serious. We could be on the losing end of, especially a rain game, bad weather, you never know, bad fumble here or there, inexperienced quarterback. Ooh, we get our first 5-star! Ty Jacobson. Our first, what do we call like a high school recruit 5-star? Let's go. We still got 2 more that we're in first place for as well. And all that came on the back of, trap game. Could have been. Undefeated Tulane, 42-7 with 431 yards. It just goes, man, it's like one of those things like even under the hood. It's like this game knows that we have, it's not generational, not fair to say, a generational quarterback. I mean, a generational quarterback, you probably have you got to have at least elite dev trait, but like he has generational skill caps. His base rating and his base abilities, 97 throw power, unmaxed. I can get 99 throw power, 99 accuracy in every attribute with this fucking guy as a passer. And he's in the sim, holding up his end of the bargain to keep that hype going. Interested to see how our quarterback handles his first rivalry game. Nebraska's not looking too bad. 3-1 to start the year. I want to hope we won, but if not, we get Lewis West, the 5-star linebacker who had us locked out a couple weeks ago, and we get the 5-star athlete, Steven Barnes, 3 5-stars before week 6. Getting all those players, getting this. I just shimmed it. I don't know if we won or lost. I'm going to assume we won. Let's go. 34-27. Close game. Wasn't and our quarterback played well. That's a strong game. Almost 300 yards, 1 touchdown, 62% completion percentage. Anything above that in the run game took the game over. Took some of the pressure off our quarterback, which you love to see. Defensively was, maybe not the best, but a win's a win. And not everybody can beat the Spoilermakers. Number 2 Michigan fall to Purdue. We didn't. In a Week 7 win over Rutgers, Michael Clayton, our highest-rated cornerback, with another Defensive Player of the Week performance in the Big Ten, his 2nd of the year. Gosh, I kind of just want a quick look at the stats here. 16 touchdowns to 3 picks for Kamara. Definitely not, I will say I like the fact that he's not scrambling like I like the fact that, and the difference between this and Madden is like in Madden, we had scrambling production from Camario Taylor, right? He had almost, 600 yards and almost 10 touchdowns. Now that we have a pocket pass quarterback, you're just not getting that scrambling, which it stinks in a way because we lost that production, but it's like, oh, that's realistic. And that is certainly something that we haven't gotten Madden. So they haven't figured it out under the hood, just not in the other game. Teague is kind of popping off, averaging 93, 85, 81. The yards are on play. We might have, for sure, 2,000-yard receivers when all is said and done this year. Defensively, look at Lehman. 17 TFLs, 11.5 sacks for the 84-rated pass rusher. I'm not getting much else outside of that. INTs for Clayton has all 4 of our team picks. We say all that and highlight all that with the elephant in the room. We are now the number 1 team in the nation, but we have Ohio State and Oregon. It's, let's see how good we really are. In case something bad's going to happen, just reflect that pending us tanking the year, these guys kind of backing other commits. We have the number 5, 19, 31, 44, 48 in the nation signed to Minnesota. Okay? 12 of what? I think we had 14 total targets. We got motion. We need that motion to continue on the field against Ohio State. I know this needs to be a moment, and I know that honestly that's almost giving us a better shot to win, but you know what I'm saying? This is the kind of matchup, this is how we're going to play this rebuild when we eventually get to the playoffs. What does this team look like right now against the team that you, at some point, will have to beat to progress or beat to win the national championship? Ohio State are the measuring stick. If you could beat them in the sim, especially where we're at right now as a team, we're a really good team that probably doesn't have enough difference makers right now to go on a legitimate run, but god damn it, let's see where we're at. See how good we are. Are we actually the number 1 team in the nation? Or are we slightly fraudulent? I'm not going to go out and say we're absolute frauds, but, I said if we can go 1-1 between this Ohio State and Oregon game, I'd be pretty happy with where we're at. And I want to come in so bad. I'm also treating like Madden. On Madden, give me all Madden with some harder sliders, and I think I can come in and feel like I have a good chance of making an impact. This game here, it's like, okay, I don't know if I'd even be getting these field goals that we're settling for. But that's what happened. I can tell you right now. Tail of tape, what happened in this game? We've had 3 drives in a row where we settle for field goals, and if you expect to win on the road against Ohio State with that being your philosophy and your aggressiveness, not going to win. So, first major hurdle, number 1 Minnesota. Not a good effort. Not a good showing. Plenty of work to do. Again, it's just like, well, what if we're just a little bit more aggressive? What if we could crank the aggressiveness up a little bit? And those field goals became touchdowns. We're right there. We're winning this game. We're doing I don't know what the equivalent of horns down is. We plant our flag on their midfield. But it's a learning moment. True freshman quarterback. I mean, how did he play? Just out of curiosity. I feel like, obviously, with a lot of field goals, he probably didn't play too well. Yeah. I mean, neither quarterback played well, though. Kudos to our defense for making their quarterback not look anything special. Here's one I want to see us win. Oregon, still a better team than us, but they've slipped up. 5-2. Let's get this one. Let's get right back on track. Right now, we have doubt. Is our team actually this good? If we can beat Oregon, and then look at the rest of our season schedule, it's not cupcakes, but it's beat Oregon. Beat Oregon, I think we're going to be pretty happy with where this season goes. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's a cool motorbike. Ever see the South Park episode about people that drive motorbikes? It's kind of my vibes on motorbikes, to be honest with you. I'm not yucking anybody's yum, but I would say it's my experience in dealing with people that have motorbikes, more so like where I live. You know? All right, here we go. Minnesota, Oregon. I may have to hop in, interject a time or two here if that can be the difference maker. It's not like Ohio State. I kind of want this to be a win. Be real nice if it is a win because I want to jinx it. We've yet to have our trap game loss that we've consistently had throughout this rebuild, and I think 3 losses would absolutely suck to hit this year with how good of a roster that we do have. So let's see, 4th and 1. Do they want a 250-pound? Oh, he's not even in there. We have our shiftier back, our cutter. Blades. Let's go. First down with the chains. And then ooh, touchdown. Okay. Okay, get into halftime. Down 4. On defense. Down 7. Haven't had opportunity yet offensively. Here we go. Down 7. 3rd and 10. On the road. Number 7, Stadium Pulse. We have the best tight end in the nation. Or we'll just go right here. I don't even need the icon. 99 speed. Might be the most expensive NIL player in the league. That's why you pay that. Holy. Let's go. What a freaking run. And the defense does their job. We turn it over with the... See, look again. What is the shim? No touchdowns. No touchdowns, no party. No touchdowns, no party. But we get a game-winning field goal. That is what happens when you recruit a gem, the #1 kicker in the nation. Kickers matter. I know kicker ratings right now are all over the place. Oh, my God. On the road. Ice in the veins. Game-winning field goal drive. We get and split 1-1. The Ohio State-Oregon just nightmare part of the schedule. And I think, like, in terms of growth development, where we are year 4, can we eliminate the trap game loss that has plagued this team every year? And it's not multiple, it's always just one. You know what I'm saying? Like Wisconsin or something. It's always a rivalry matchup against a team that's playing like dog shit, and they play their goddamn national championship game against us every year. Can we get around that for the remainder of this schedule with a true freshman electrifying, the best true freshman quarterback in the league, the best true freshman in all of college football? So we're back up to number 4. We got 1-7 Michigan State. Iowa and Wisconsin do scare me. I'm going to be honest. That Iowa game scares me. I think we're going to lose that game. I'm going to speak it, so hopefully I reverse jinx it. What do you think? Win or loss? Number 4, 9-1, 5-4 Iowa. Win or loss? Comment right now. Timestamp. Dude, so happy we're not losing these dog shit games. We still got Wisconsin. But, you know, this game in Tulane felt like the 2 trap games so far on the schedule, and both times we have beat the brakes. And it's been offense and defense. Defense forces 3 picks on the Iowa quarterback. Offensively, the true freshman electrifying. The run game unstoppable, and the defense playing as good as any defense in the nation. All right, we gotta watch this one. It's either our season's going down in flames and we're losing, and the trap game is right here in the battle of Paul Bunyan's axe, or the same way we've handled the other trap games, we pull ahead. Right now, we're 80 expectations to win this game by 7 points. And, yeah, well, it's looking not great. But I'll be honest, at the end of the day, I just want the win. If we don't get by 7 points, I don't get a couple extra NIL bucks. Not the end of the world, but we're looking pretty good right now. Up 18. We only got to win by 7, and they are not moving. There we go, boys. Seemingly, Minnesota has rid themselves of trap game-itis. We get this monstrous axe for our 67th win in the series. I mean, honestly, a big rivalry win like that, we might even go even higher in the polls. But we are going. Goal this year, get to the Big 12 championship on the back of a true freshman quarterback, the best true freshman quarterback we've had so far here on the channel. We at least have an opportunity. And I think even more so put ourselves in a position that even if we lose the Big 12 championship, suck, hurt the vibes, kill the vibes. Maybe a rematch against Ohio State, honestly. But even if we lose that, we're going to make the college football playoffs. So, cool. Pretty good freshman season. Pretty good. What do you mean, no conference yet? I didn't even think I needed to look. No! How are the fucking 3 best teams in the Big 12 for the 3rd straight year? Unreal, man. What kind of bullshit is this, dude? It's like, oh yeah, because you're picking this team, we're gonna make juice the other. I mean, God damn it. Like literally in my notepad, I keep notes and track of every rebuild I do. Old school pen and paper. I like to do it. A lot of reasons. Just, you know, I like to have reference points. I also like to keep track of like guys that I sign in the transfer portal so I don't get too repetitive there because there are times a lot of common names. Literally, I wrote in Big 12 championship verse blank to kind of keep track of the result. That's how much I thought this was a fucking lock. At award season, you know, we're in the playoffs. Let's be happy. We get Cortez Smith gets the Outland Trophy winner for the best center in the league. Or I think is it center or is it interior lineman? Either way, congrats. Let's go. Michael Clayton, Jim Thorpe winner with his 6 INTs, 11 PBUs. And the Remington, I think the Remington center of the year, but Cortez Smith cleaning up shop. That's a first round pick if I've ever seen one. But despite all that nonsense, we did still play well enough to get the first round bye, and we await the winner of Boise State and Texas. Come on, give me Boise State. So our playoff matchup, oh, it's Boise State, the upset. I mean, I was like, I had to go like, what? What a win. Boise State overtime, I thought for sure, a double overtime, 40-37. They got a Keely Smith Jr., son of, I mean, I guess, you know, you'd assume they have a pretty good run game. 2 wide receivers capable of going over 100 yards against Texas. Defensively, they didn't get a sack. They had a turnover. But, I mean, congrats to them. I'm mad I have to play spoiler to this, but we are playing spoiler. Of all the quarterfinal games, this is the best matchup possible for us. We got to take advantage and win the Rose Bowl, at bare minimum. Oh, it is beautiful. Look at the sights. The presentation, as much faults as Dynasty Mode has, unfortunately, College Football 27, as many glaring and hideous faults, the presentation is the best in EA Sports Catalog, in my opinion. What we're going to do here at the Rose Bowl. I don't know if Minnesota's ever played at the Rose Bowl before, but if they haven't, we're going to make this a first time to remember. Need to make note, it is now evening. This is the first recording session of the evening, if you know what that means. So I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good that we can move this football. All right, I love this play. Yep, nope, that's just, yep, okay, yep, that looks great. That looks great. We moved them exactly where we wanted them to go. Actually, we got separation. The linebackers, they both ran into it another. Let's go. What a start. I take that back. That is not a terrible play. Got a great matchup on the running back. And the Golden Gophers strike first here against Boise State. We get the ball again. Ooh. I promise, if we can win this next game, or win this game, the next game in the playoff, I won't play a whole lot. Because obviously I feel like I'm going to have a lot of influence here. Look at that timing. Throw where he's going to be. A little bit behind him. But Teague, the best wide receiver recruit we have recruited in college football 27 across all our rebuilds. I think it might be fair to say the quarterback might be the best quarterback we've ever recruited as well. That tandem together, 14-zip. All right, Boise State's bringing it, and we're settling for field goals if we're not hopping in. There we go. Nice little touchdown there. Oof. I mean, Boise State, with all respect, we are a much better team than Boise State. Takes a lot to beat Texas. I mean, they must have gave everything they had. They just didn't have the juice. And with a true freshman quarterback, the Golden Gophers have won the Rose Bowl, and it wasn't close. 41-14. Pulled ahead real convincingly in that second half. What are the odds the quarterback, the true freshman, the best true freshman in college football, is your game's MVP here in the Rose Bowl? There he is right there. What a true... I mean, 74 rated. I disagree. It's the running back, Sanu. 219. 1 touchdown. When you're 250 pounds, that's a lot. That is just relentless on Boise State's defensive front. How many rush attempts did he have? Ooh, I love the celebration. I love I can't skip this because my mouse is my controller. We're all enjoying that though. That's very nice. It's a great moment. We get the Oklahoma Sooners in the college football playoff semifinal. Oklahoma, I'd say right there with Ohio State, in my opinion, the two most tricky verse sim type opponents. They are just so good offensively pretty much every year. From the Rose Bowl to the Orange Bowl, the 12-1 Minnesota Golden Gophers. We get a big dog, man. Same thing, I kind of have this vibe with Madden. It's like, you win Super Bowls, yeah, but when you win Super Bowls by like beating the actual tough teams to beat. You know, when you beat the Chiefs to win a Super Bowl, you know that you didn't beat up on like the one weird time the Browns are kind of good. When you can beat Oklahoma in this game, it's like the ultimate, like, you did it. You legit, you finished your rebuild. When your teams in Sim can compete with Oklahoma, with Ohio State, and we're about to see where we're at on that. It's not looking super hot again. True freshman quarterback. You'd love to. Okay, here we go. Red zone. Off and Oklahoma fumble. So it wasn't like a big win for our offense, but let's see if we can finish this first half with a touchdown. Get in down 10. I don't know whether this is like our backup tight end that we're going to go to here, but he does get separation. Really good play call there by PJ Fleck. We pull one back. Is it enough? We can't let them score. I feel an interception coming, but let's see if I can get some points. We got speed. They actually press us. We might be able to hit them deep here. Oh my God, he got him. Teague! Yeah! Oh man! Okay, good grab, timeout. We'll just call it, we'll collect ourselves here. Would have loved to hit that in stride. Man, oh man, finally having a quarterback with a cannon of an arm. 80, I don't know what, 89? Drake Lindsey, was he a 90? Camario Taylor, I think, was a 90 on the dot, but like a 97. We'll make that grab there. Clock the stop at the first down. That's going to be like, that's my new threshold. I don't think 95 might not do it for me. I'm officially in my size queen era for throw power. Oh no! No! Thought that was in! Stop the ball! Fuck! Dude, that was like a second too from being snapped. Like, not even a full second. Hey, we got to score! Let's go! Okay, I'm gonna make amends. I'm gonna make amends. This will be my last drive, my last interaction. If they end up stomping us for 20 straight points in the fourth quarter, so be it. Let me finish this drive. I got to make up for that. I got to at least get 7 on the board. I like that matchup with Teague. Again, Teague and Abel, those are who we want to go to. Our best receiver, our best tight end. Look at the tight end. He's... Oh. Let's kick the field goal. God damn it, man. That was a touchdown. I'll make this field goal. There we go. 17-17. The way that said go score for the lead, not go tie the game, makes me think. You think coach go for 2? Is that predetermined? Safe grab that. Rather that than I just fumbles. I don't know about you guys. I'm just playing on default sliders right now. I feel like the fumbles are nuts. Like I would definitely trade as long as you got the first down. I'd gladly trade 5 less yards and being able to like surrender. There goes Sale right behind T. Oh, the juke! And he takes it in! Let's go, more! A preseason Heisman contender for some reason. One of our huge gets to the trades portal. I thought it was like his skill cap sucked. That was disgusting. Did we score too quick? Oh, no. I want to see if I can play him in the field goal range. I don't, unless we can get obviously a crazy touchdown, that'd be sick. But if I can just play him in the field goal range, and it's on the sim. But we are starting to see why having 99 speed. They told me. They told me that speed was not going to be the meta in college football. I think we honestly go same play. We could be shameless in this. Speed still kills. You might not be able to win. Let's see if we can actually divert route here as much. But I think the yak speed is pretty disgusting. Oh, it's the clock. We'll make it get a little closer. 350 yards. I think we run this. I think the only way that we make this funny is like it has to be a kick. Unless we break something. And then it's still in the hand of the sim. Because it's college kickers being college kickers. We'll run this one more time. I hope he likes kicking from this hash. Honestly, I might want to try to get over on this hash. Sacrifice of a yard. All right. 5 seconds remaining. A field goal. Can do it. We have the highest ranked kicker I've ever seen in a rebuild. He was 400, like a 400 player in the nation. Gem dev trait kicker out the gate. Has won us games before and wins us another one. 27-24, the Golden Gophers over the Oklahoma Sooners. And Minnesota with a true freshman quarterback playing like a 94 overall. He is 74 rated, but has found a scheme and system that can maximize the talents he has, which is a generational arm. No skill capped. Oh, man. What a fucking player, man. What a fucking player. Kamara. 350 yards for Quentin Kamara. Ran the football pretty well. I mean, I kind of hope I didn't cost him his 100 yards on the game by trying to move the ball into the center field a little bit. Teague with the explosive plays. Moore snatching ankles. Defensively, we got Watford with 2 sacks. Traore, that's our elite dev D tackle from a year ago, gets involved in a huge INT by Christian Jones, the Nebraska transfer. And maybe, yeah, we're padding our stats by playing way more games, but Quentin Kamara, as a true freshman, has set the Minnesota single-season passing touchdown record. And he is leading us against a team that's even more of an underdog story, at least this year, into the national championship against the 8th-ranked Ole Miss. So on Ole Miss side of the bracket, they had to run the full gauntlet. They put a beating on Kansas State, 47-21 in the first round, beat Ohio State in the second round, so much like us in a way. Like, we took down in Oklahoma, like on our path, one of the juggernauts. On their side, as deserving, they took down Ohio State. That's even more difficult than Oklahoma. Then they took down Indiana, a team that we couldn't beat. I'm a little concerned. We got Deuce Knight at quarterback. Where was he before? Was he Auburn or something like that? Deuce Knight. Okay, 30 touchdowns to 2 picks. Very efficient. The run game is insane. Whoa. Deuce Knight had 20 rush. I mean, again, also inflated stats from the playoff run, but still, 50 touchdowns from the quarterback. We got 3,000-yard receivers. And defensively, come on, please say they just kind of suck here. No, not really. 13.5 sacks from Andrew Maddox, 10 sacks from Zach Horner, 8 from Smith. So, like, everyone on their defensive line had really good numbers. And they had turnovers. You got a ball hawk and Hamill. 6 INTs, 5 INTs for Gossett. Couple twos. How do we compare? Really, really quickly, just to see. All right, defensively, we have our ball hawk. Maybe not as many turnovers, but I take the reigning, defending defensive back Jim Thorpe winner. Pass rush. Yeah, I think like almost a push. Our pass rush pretty close. I'd like to think advantage us because we're so damn consistent with it. 2,000-yard receivers, almost 3. Run game is what it is, right? 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns. Sanu has benefited a lot from these extra games. I think he's actually been going up. Well, he had 200 yards in one of them. And then for the quarterback, Quentin Kamara, 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 8 picks. I forget he doesn't scramble at all. He's a statue back there. That's fine. We got to keep this statue spotless for one more game. And I think as a true freshman, we might have enough magic to go win the national championship right here. National championship time. The goddamn monsoon. We're going to play the moments. Offense, defense. I feel like anytime it's so hard to make a national championship. Like, I literally feel like I've been rebuilding this team. It's been literally a week, and I've been kind of chipping at it. It legitimately feels like it's all month I've been trying to rebuild Minnesota. It kind of reminds me a little bit of West Virginia rebuild last year. It was nuts. I never rebuilding them again, I don't think. But I think making the national championship should have a little bit of influence. It's so goddamn hard to get here. Ole Miss, Minnesota, let's go. Minnesota strike first with a field goal. We've had no moments. Come in on this 3rd down and 1. Our running back's been on fire. I don't think we take this ball out of his hands. Let's go with a buck sweep to the right-hand side. I don't know how much I love running to the right-hand side as it's not the strength of our line. We got to trust him. We get some blocks in the inside gap. Might have been able to take that outside, but first down was paramount on that. And absolutely, I'll take over this red zone possession. See if we can build on our lead. Low-scoring first quarter, but I say advantage Minnesota's defense, which I think that's the difference in this matchup. Offensively, both our quarterbacks are really good. They have the dual threat. We win in different ways, but as far as a pocket passer, Kamara's already one of the best in all of college football as a true freshman, and he's proved it time and time again. Oh my God, I want to go back. Ooh, that was going to be picked, I think. X1 at the top, I didn't see it quick enough. And I think trying to force that in, that would have been an INT. Gotta be smart. We get this to the tight end, or the running back, Make a miss. Let's go! And he finds his way in. And that is a 10-0 lead for the Golden Gophers. Good confidence-building touchdown throw for the freshman quarterback. All right, Ole Miss. Okay. God damn it, this is not what I didn't want to happen. I did not want to have to play. My defense is horrific, fellas. Again, know my skill level. There's barely no one here. Most people know my skill level. I am fine. I can play eventually all Madden hard sliders. And like, oh shit, C4 actually got a little motion. Sometimes you get a nice user perfect timing, user pick, etc., etc. I am terrible on defense in this game. I think most people are, to be fair. But it stinks when it's just like, I know me hopping in is probably a liability here, but can't just play offense only. See if we can hold to a field goal at the end of the first half and go in tied. Lehman, that's our top pass rusher. Oh, we got to win on these. You got to pick that off. No. Oh, man. Damn it, man. That would have been... Oof. Got a good O-line. We got that SEC O-line, but defense holds to a field goal. Big time stop there. Let's go. Did they miss it? No, they made it. Okay. I don't know what they're supposed to do with 47 seconds. I think we... 47 seconds on our 3. Hey, here's a moment I think you should play. I mean, do we get a shot out of this? A shot play out of this? Do we? Why not? What if they do? What if they... No, they're not going to press. But look right here in the slot. Teague. That's where we're going to go, right there. 1, 2. Oh, why did he take so long? Actually, got to... All right, we go to the second half. Third down. What kind of plays does coach want? Would be probably, I'm going to say tight end here. Tight end Teague probably would be the reads I want to make. Teague has a little bit of separation. The second level defender right there. He makes a miss. 99 speed, you can't teach that. First down, absolutely. I'm playing every single one of these. I am playing every moment. 3rd and 9, in field goal range. We might have the best kicker in the nation. We want to be greedy here. Safe grab it. Ooh, let's go. I'm not gonna lie. I'm medium good at time and catches. I know it's the hot button issue for gameplay this year. I don't really have a take it or leave it kind of take on it right now. Could have been greedier on that. Just take our time. Take our time. See how they like 250 pounds up the A gap. And they're just like, hey, let them score. We don't need the wear and tear on our safeties of minus 400 points when they get ran over by that machine. 3rd down. Absolutely, I'll come in. Tight end here. Come back. Someone come back. X. Let's make the safe grab. Again, another one where it's just like, just make the safe grab. Play it safe. But if we could have racked that, might have been a touchdown. But hey, not the worst thing. We can keep chewing clock off. If I can guarantee a touchdown at the end, I'd rather get it in 7 plays than 2 plays. Why? A little bit low. And he's in! Right on the line. Same kind of shit I thought we were in last game on the same kind of situation, and unfortunately went to halftime with no points on the board, but it's water under the bridge. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Touchdown, Minnesota. They're going for it. It's going to be a close 3 minutes. Oh, no, I got to earn this. No. Okay, guys, I don't have to play every play of the moment. I can take one. I can spin one veto, play the moment. Oh, we got home with the sack. Hell yeah. Lehman. What if he's relative to Jens Lehman? One of the greatest Arsenal goalies of all time. Oh, now we got Felix. Felix is our elite dev pass rusher that we recruited a year ago. Sophomore. Oh, no. Okay, just keep him in front of you. Keep him in front of you. 3rd and 15 at 2-minute warning. I mean, that's now almost like that sack adds pressure. There's now just so much pressure that I can't fuck this up. That it might not be there if they were just kind of like getting 2-yard gains. Like, this is... We've got to figure this out, fellas. I gotta make this tackle. I gotta make it. Let's go. 4th and 6. I think we just... We go cover man. It's gonna be a pass play. I'm late on that. It's a drop! Let's go! I did it! Holy shit, I did it! I played defense! Oh, man. Let's go. Oh, fuck yeah. That was awesome. Hell yeah. Yep. That was sick. C4. Hyped on that. Very hyped on that. Go to the notes. Hype. Very hype. Oh. I guarantee none of you thought that was going to happen. God damn it, man. There's so much to like about this game, and they just try to make it so hard. Like, winning a national championship in college football feels better than winning a Super Bowl in Madden. Feels more difficult. It is more difficult. But to have that turnaround and get the Golden Gophers, I'm telling you right now, 3-star rebuilds are kind of the money spot when you just want a relaxing rebuild. Fun. You know, you want to use that 5-year period scope. Like, you know, you have a chance. You have a chance to do that. I'm going to say right now, let's look at the stats here. I have regret about where this rebuild's ending now, but I don't. And I'm going to explain why. The regret that I have is that we're not going to be able to see the peaks of Kamara. Right? Like, obviously, at this point, if we just kept playing. This was like, I'm only doing Minnesota Rebuild for this whole game. We're going to, like, Kamara's going to be here till he goes to the NFL. It'd be cool to see that play out. If we decide, hey, let's go find one more year, right? The downside that kind of makes this point moot right now, and again, not just to pile on to the game, XP is, like, not in a good spot, like, player XP. Like, if you notice, like, there's not going too much in the weeds. Like, there's way less higher rated players in this game, and like a lot of people just saying like the XP rates are really, really bad. I haven't made a video on it because I haven't gone down too much in that. I just know from my experience, like, it does feel like players that felt like they had like 70 points in training camp last year's game, like when you had your elite dev, like they're only getting like 40 in this, which certainly makes things interesting. However you want to break it down. But it's the point being, it's just really difficult to get high-level players right now in this game. So, like, all the skill caps that Kamara have with whatever the XP is right now, and I'm sure I'm on PC, I can't complain about it anymore. I got to find some good mods to get everything finely tuned so I can give you guys the best Dynasty Rebuild experience possible. I already have a couple tools I'm going to use going forward. I kind of started this rebuild right before I got into the mods. I felt like wouldn't be right, because there is like a recruit overhaul mod for just making generated recruits, but it like repopulates the name and has like a different rating scale to it that I definitely want. I want to use that in my videos going forward because I agree with the rating scale, because this is, you know, I don't know, man, it feels like, I don't want to make this in a rant. We just won a goddamn national championship with Minnesota, but it feels like, dude, like they just tried to make this fucking game feel like a free-to-play mobile game. It's like, we're going to make everything as slow as possible. And don't worry, guys, we're going to have every type of accelerator you could purchase to get this game going faster and your team getting faster and getting more XP and all this stuff. It just, I don't know. I put it this way. I don't think, even if we played 2 more years with Kamara, and it took us, you know, to year 6 to win that out, I don't think Kamara would be like anything crazy. I think he'd probably be like mid to high 80s, not really feel generational. And the reality is quarterback like that with a good dev trait and no skill caps, it's like, kind of, you know, let's have fun. Let's have a little bit of fun with this one. Either way, back to this game. Run game was on point when we needed to be. Hampton, Messiah Hampton, he was a transfer portal get. All transfer portal gets with touchdowns. Defensively, huge sack from Lehman that I got on the final drive. Absolutely. INT by Christian Jones. INT by Zach Harden, our starting strong safety. There we go. 4 years. How very fitting. With that, Lehman has set the Minnesota single-season sack record 2 in the national championship. Dude, I actually just clicked. He said he has a Big Ten single-season sack record as well. But there's a more important one. College football playoff national champions. Like, dude, I just had... we're not going to finish on a negative note, but just for context, everyone knows that you do get more XP through the offseason than you do through the regular season. But, like, they added, like, a whole, like, think of it in Madden, like, the weekly training where you, like, everyone gets a little bit of XP. If you have better dev trait, you get higher XP and all that, et cetera, et cetera. They added that dimension to college football this year, I think, with the intention that everybody knew that, like, for whatever reason, your players never developed to the regular season. You know, that's not realistic. You know, you're going to get better throughout the regular season. It doesn't need to be scaled like Madden because, obviously, for context, most college players get better in the offseason, and that should be the time you get the most XP and most player growth. But 4,500 yards, 38 touchdowns, 8 picks for a star dev, so the second highest dev trait you can get quarterback with the new weekly training mechanism where he's getting XP every single week. How many skill points do you think Kamara will have? And if your answer is 11, if your answer is breaking records as a true freshman, and you'd have 11 points at the end, and your backup quarterback would have 18. You know? If you thought that, you thought right. But I don't want to finish the video on a negative, man. That was awesome. You know, I've had plenty of videos about my critiques and criticisms about this game. They're still good. They're always still good in college football 27, and I'm going to try my best on this channel through my rebuilds to show you guys the good, to show you guys the great and the all-time when I can take this and maximize it with some of the awesome mods that the community is using. So this rebuild was 0 mods. I don't think I can say the same about the next time we do a rebuild. I got a couple things that I'm absolutely going to be using. I always will break it down to at the beginning of the video because I don't want like someone on console looking at me like, are we even playing the same game? You know what I'm saying? I think there always needs to be a little bit of disclosure there. So I am pretty excited to start our next rebuild. I have no idea who I'm rebuilding. Let me know in the comment section below. I am fine staying in this range though. I'm thinking 2 to 3.5. would be the range that I'm kind of looking for suggestions. I remember Pitt was talked about in the last rebuild. I think that could be kind of cool, but let me know because the plan is at some point I'm going to do a stream series with a cupcake team. We're going to do a cupcake, probably I'm hoping like twice a week, and that'll be streamed here on YouTube, and I will clip those video streams up and put it into like uploads. Like we'll make it also a series on the channel, but I kind of want to do like that community built situation that was so much fun in our Madden franchise mode with the Vegas Raiders. I got a little bit of motion going on. I don't know if that's going to end up being motion in the ocean. I'm going to be able to make something beautiful with it. So that may alter, you know, the teams that I'm kind of thinking I'm going to use. But I'll keep you guys up to date on that. Won't be too far away. But let me know. Yeah, comments right now. We're going into the weekend, so I'm ready to start working on another rebuild. Who should I rebuild next? Please let me know down below. If it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. We're actually pretty damn close to hitting 190,000 subscribers on our route to 200,000, which I'd love to hit by the end of like the Madden 27 season. So if we can hit that, that would be incredible if it's your first time stopping by and you enjoyed what you saw here today. But that'll do it for me here. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out. Love ya. Have a good one.